Allow the children
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary political, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary political, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh, yo.
Hello there.
I'm on do.
My ego diary, my ego number one.
Ayekun làwa mọ̀, àwọn tó dòdòdò.
Ayekun diary, my ego number one.
Ayekun.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Ayekun diary, my ego number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Ayekun diary, my ego number one.
Thank you very much for joining me once again on Mayegun's Diary Political, the Temple of Truth, normally called the GO of the Temple of Truth. And that is the General Overseer of the Temple of Truth, Mayegun General. We will begin to change that now. Instead of the Baba GO, just call me the OG. Just kind of turn it around. The Overseer General of the Temple of Truth. Brethren, sistren, share the broadcast.
Ayekun diary, my ego number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Ayekun ti dé.
Ayekun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Ayekun ti dé.
Thank you. Share this broadcast. Mayegun today. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Share your own views. But before that, like the broadcast. Share the video. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them.
And yes, right. Ijó ìgbádùn yẹ. And yes, right. Presido bá rúfin o. And yes, right. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. And yes, right. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí fa. And yes, right.
MumuTicket, Muslim ticket that I told you was a fraud. The North cries out.
Òkúra olóṣèlú. And yes, right. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. And yes, súnrakì.
Today. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live. And to the brethren who are going to probably be seeing this later, always remember this, okay? As we go into the 2024, all right, on this platform, I am going to continue, or should I say, we are going to continue to sort of prepare our minds for what is, lying ahead. However, just same thing as well, little sort of a rebranding, okay? From 2024, you will be addressing Mayegun General as the OG of the Temple of Truth. It is more like streetwise. It connects well, comes with an authority, so that when next you see me and you shout OG, I'll just point at you and say, that's my guy. Brethren. Anyway, the Overseer General of the Temple of Truth, Mayegun General, is back here tonight. And thank you if you have indeed shared the broadcast. I was sleeping this morning when this bucket of sort of tears, per se, just landed on my laps. And it was coming from the region that some of their people believe that they sort of, have, that born to rule mentality, kind of. And when they were pushing their religious politics of Muslim tickets, then gaslighted their oppositions that if you don't like Muslim tickets, you are just Islamophobic. Politics is not about religion. It can be Muslim. And there's nothing wrong in that. Can it be Christian? It's just that, listen, Nigeria has and we're telling them that those who were pushing Muslim tickets were doing so for their own gain, not to protect you. I used Buhari as a good example for years, that if you have been one of those who usually bought the lies, that once somebody is from your ethnic nationality or from your own region, from your own part of Nigeria, it gives you, or probably it brings you closer to the government. You have more jobs, you have more money, your economy is probably going to be better. And then, that mentality, or you kind of be safer. For example, a Yoruba president cannot open his eyes and look away when criminals are killing and kidnapping Yorubas. That is old school. You'll be a dumb to believe that. You lived for 8 years under Buhari. Under Buhari, Northerners were slaughtered like they actually have no government up to this moment. And Buhari is a Muslim, is a Northerner, and yet he couldn't protect them. So why would you go and connect your liberty, your safety, your economic survivor on the criminals who are flying religious card without any sort of a shame. I said it. They said, what is wrong with that? I said, everything is wrong with that. Because behind it, they will easily appeal to that your own weak point. Because a lot of you, and you know that is almost general. Sure you get. People like us, like we are called Omo issue. Sure you get. When you ask people, when you tell people that, listen, God cannot do what man should do. Okay? God is not a magician. So if you're having a conversation with Nigeria, serious critical conversation, when it gets to a stage that they believe that they have nothing to say or to back up whatever defense they are putting up, right? They will just drop God in it. And when you say, leave God out of it, then that's where they will get you. What do you mean leave God out of it? Are you smarter than God? Do you know better than God? How can you say we should leave God out of it? You always believe that you know everything. Before you know it, the conversation is going to end. Nigerians and God. It is the most dubious thing. If you see any Nigerian, I am saying this now as a matter of fact, okay? If you see any Nigerian where you are having a serious critical conversation and they suddenly, just because they want you to either stop talking about it or they just want to divert your attention completely, the moment they quickly drop God or this and that, excuse yourself from that conversation. Straight, no matter how much or how hard it is for you to excuse yourself, just do it. Because what will end it is going to be total manipulation. Okay? They're going to make you feel like, you know what? Even if you want something good or better to work out there, right? You don't have the capacity if God does not give you the power to do it. So don't talk to people like that. It's pure waste of time. MumuTicket. It will make Muslim what? That they will have a better economy than others, Abi. They were even saying, because Tinubu was not Muslimist enough. You all saw that, or you heard that, or they said because Kolu was not a Muslimist, was not Muslim enough. If he decided to go to northern Nigeria or any other part to choose a vice president, they were never going to listen to him or allow him to do their regular rigging. So people who decided to use politics, use religion, in order to have their way politically, they have no plan for you. Everything you probably are thinking because of your religion, you are hallucinating, you are deluded. And your illusion and delusion are now coming back to haunt them. I'm glad the guy that spoke pointed at all of this. They are now saying that protest is not haram. In 6 months, they believe that thiefnubu has no interest in them. It gives no damn about them as it should be. Doesn't mean that the Yorubas are having it better. But you will still see the deluded Yorubas who believes that thiefnubu is there and their interest is being protected too, but they are existing in the same quagmire, by the way. Well, listen to this guy. He's a regular. You probably know his face anyway. I just want you to pick his words before we continue. Here.
That's why I'm saying the optics are very bad for the military. Very, very bad. The Muslim clerics in the north came and sold this fraudulent Muslim ticket, and we have Muslim vice president, Muslim president. Our people in the north are saying, well, you are killing Muslims. You are inflicting a lot more pain on Muslims. You close the border along all seven northern states because of you want to go to war with Niger. You are inflicting pain on top of that. Now you are killing Muslims. And look at the military hierarchy. People are being mischievous. Look at the operational military hierarchy and look at their religion. They need to be very careful. The military needs to be very careful and start doing damage control fast. Meeting community leaders, traditional rulers, religious leaders, and stop issuing these annoying, stupid statements from DHQ.
So, I mean, Professor Usman Yusuf, you have a lot of experience, not just in terms of public policy, but certainly in terms of issues that are related to security. I mean, you worked with the former chief of defense staff, secretary to the committee that negotiated the release of the last batch of hostages. What is the solution to this security crisis, not just in the north, but in other parts of Nigeria as well, such as the southeast? Is it necessarily political and not military? What would your recommendations be?
I have said it time and time again. All these major three conflicts you have in Nigeria, from banditry in the northwest and the north central, now is going to the northeast, to Boko Haram, to the IPOB issue in the southeast. None of these problems are military. The military did not bring banditry. Neither did it bring Boko Haram or that. This is all as a result of corruption and bad governance. Politicians brought this mess, and the military is brought in to clean up after their mess. And the military is thinking they are going to solve this problem because the past president, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, thought and looked at banditry just in the prism of military. I've said it time and time again, there's a role for the military. There is not going to be a military solution to any of these three conflicts, because in the history of warfare, nowhere have conflicts like this been won on the battlefield. And they're saying no dialogue, no dialogue. Whoever says that doesn't know what he's talking about. Dialogue is a legitimate tool of warfare everywhere in the world. You must dialogue. Currently, as we speak, the governor of Borno State last week said there are over 160,000 Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram. They didn't come because you go killing. By dialoguing and getting them, you have done one thing and you've gotten them off of the battlefield. And you must solve this problem. The military, Nigerian military, is spread all across 36 states. Does not have the capacity, we know, doesn't have people on the ground. We've been to 9 forests, there's not a single soldier in our forest. They are dropping ordnance thinking they won this war, they win this war by dropping ordnances. No. We need to back off. There's a role for the military. There's not going to be a military solution. It's a whole community approach. Everybody must be involved. The current leadership of the military, their body language and what they are talking about, they are being hawkish. There's a reason. They are rattling the cage for more money. Well, guess what? They've gotten more money. The little budget we have, they have the largest, the lion's share.
Yes, they do. Just like they did under Buhari. Now, did you see that man's face, yeah? Yusuf. He's the guy. One second.
Drop your phone. Who are you?
I'll come back to that. So those are the victims of the military mistake bombing. The people that Nigeria military bombed mistakenly. That has already triggered reactions. And you see that guy, Yusuf, happened to be the guy that was always next to Sheikh Osama bin Gumi when he was meeting with those terrorists. Okay? So, under Buhari, some governors in northern Nigeria, okay, they funded the, what they call the peace movement or something like that for Osama bin Gumi. And it was provided with security, money, logistics, and the rest of that. So there were those who said that using the military to go after the terrorists is not the solution. There were also those who informed Nigerians that to a few places they have been to, they can authoritatively tell all of us that Nigeria has no capacity militarily to end terrorism. So because they said the vast land and forest of Nigeria have all been occupied by different terrorists. Many of them they met in the presence of security agents, Nigerian security agents, by the way. However, in the last 6 months, it seemed just as expected. Thiefnubu has been replacing people at different government positions, ministries, parastatals, and all that, and agencies. And he has been replacing them with his own people, like Buhari did. Some of the places where, where these rogues, these terrorists up north have received protections to the point that Nigeria has been spending billions in the name of rehabilitating terrorists that have provided almost nothing to help end the terrorism up north. Sure you get. So they said the last 6 months, it be like say the money is not really coming. That is one. Secondly, the people being killed and kidnapped up north, they are now being less reported. The people that told us that protesting was haram, they believe now that it is no longer haram. They believe that Nigeria media is not reporting the killings in northern Nigeria, especially in the last 6 months. They believe that Tinubu has finally abandoned them, despite the fact that they have Muslim president, Muslim vice president. A lot of the horrible things going on in northern Nigeria are underreported or not reported at all. Sure you get. It's like Tinubu has abandoned them. And I'm like, it's not just you. So you see this airstrike that killed over 150 people. Baba, for the first time, these northerners, they are now angry that this is not a mistake. Under Buhari, the Nigerian military and the Nigerian Air Force, they coordinated mistake airstrikes that killed thousands of Nigerians. Under Buhari, they conducted more than 30 mistaken airstrikes, including Olu. God knows how many bombs they dropped on Olu in 4 years of terrorist campaign in that part of eastern Nigeria. They didn't have that on record, but the official record of their mistaken airstrike that they themselves admitted to was put at 15 airstrikes, mistaken airstrikes that killed over 1,100 people under Buhari. These northern criminals, these northern jihadists, they were not offended. They were not angry because Buhari was doing the killings. Now, they are offended. You are killing Muslims? You are bombing Muslims? No, something is wrong. Somebody is doing this. You remember Shehu Sani? He speaks on that too. I want you to listen.
And I believe that if action is not taken, it's going to get worse. Kaduna is the only state where you have consistency of kidnapping in school. Terrorists attack the Greenfield University, kill students and kidnap students. Terror attack Bethel Baptist High School in Kajuru. They kill students, they kidnap students. Terrorists attack School of Agri-Mechanization in Kaduna. They kill students and kidnap students. So these are all incidences that happen within Kaduna State alone. And the governor of the past has done nothing. So it is time for the federal government to come to the aid of Kaduna State and save us from the hands of terrorists and bandits.
Beyond temporary measures, what do you think will be the final solution to these incessant attacks, especially in North Central?
You see, you cannot...
And Northwest,
yeah,
of course.
You see, you cannot fight terrorism without the cooperation of people in this community. The military, the security apparatus of the state need the intelligence, need the support, need the solidarity of the masses, the peasants and the ones living in the periphery of the city, to give them the necessary information for them to launch attack. But the questions need to be asked. Why is it with all the trillions of naira we have pumped into defense and security in the last 8 years, still some of these top-ranking terrorists are still roaming freely? We have seen video upon video of terrorists moving on motorcycles in Niger State, in Katsina State, in Zamfara State, without attacks launched on them. Sometimes you even see Abosus Wuchi, let them pass. So if you don't launch attacks on terrorists on motorcycles, who are you going to kill? And then we hear, Google and see, that bombing has neutralized so number of terrorists, and the next day you see them moving on. There was a time it was even said that Bello Turji was cornered, and he was even begging for freedom. But it happens to be all hoax. So if we want to get down and address this problem of terrorism, then we have to show no mercy specifically targeted at these terrorist heads. Turji is still operating freely. Aleru is still operating freely. Baleri is still operating freely. Dogogide is still operating freely.
Are they in cohort with some powerful people?
Well, the question you need to ask yourself is this. All these monies that have been gathered and been taken to these terrorists, what do they use it for? In Bethel Baptist High School, I was there after the kidnapping happened. And I've seen how women sold their homes, sold their lands, sold their personal possession to gather money and pay ransom. And the state government in Kaduna State did nothing at that time. I was there in Greenfield University when terrorists launched attacks and kidnapped over 200 students. Over 280 million naira was gathered by the parents of the students, given to terrorists to retrieve their ones, and about 5 students were killed. In School of Agri-Mechanization, Mondo, the parents spent over 180 million naira. Some went into loans, some sold their possessions, some borrowed money from family and friends to retrieve their loved ones from the hands of terrorists. And the state government did nothing. The attack that happened on the train, many of the families of those people who were attacked are today homeless. Since the attack happened, and then their loved ones came back home after paying a hefty sum of money, no government has sat down with them and said, this is a refund of the money you have paid. None. We ask ourselves questions. If there are no powerful forces behind these terrorists, where does the money go? If you look at all these riffraffs on the ground who are said to be involved in this kidnapping, if you happen to meet one of them, you will see even a shirt worth 1,000 naira on his body. So it shows that the money goes to somewhere and to somebody. Because narratives and revelations coming in from former victims of this kidnapping, they said that those who kidnapped them threatened them that don't waste your time, that if you attempt to run or to do anything, you are simply wasting your time. We have our connections. Until and unless the government is able to break this code and reach out to the financiers, the sponsors and beneficiaries of these abductions, these things is not going to come to an end.
Okay, we have run out of time, but I want your take. What should government do to survivors of this carnage in Kaduna?
First of all, there is a need to take the inventory of the casualties, the children, the women, and the men that were killed. And secondly, to take the inventory of the families they left behind. If they were alive, they are the breadwinners of their families. Government have to take both short and long-term responsibility. They have to rebuild that village, one. They have to compensate, serious compensation, not just hand out a palliative mantra of sharing rice and beans to people in a small pack. Not that. They have to sit down with them, pay them what is due as far as compensation is concerned. And the last point of it is to take care and responsibility of the ones, the young people, young children they left behind.
All right.
So, do I need to add more? The terrorism industry in Nigeria has grown over the years. No thanks to APC, Egbekegbe. And it is true. Billions upon billions of Nigerians' naira has ended in the hands of ragtag, dirty-looking terrorists. Of course, if you know Nigeria very well, you know what people have actually said as well? Some of the survivors of kidnappings in Nigeria, they said most kidnappings usually take place either before police or military checkpoints or after that. To the point that a mile back where you are to be kidnapped, you probably just met a roadblock, or there is a mile ahead, there's a police or military roadblock. Also, Nigeria spends so much money acquiring technologies to discover and detect those who are involved in terrorism by their bank transactions, by their phone conversations, and the rest of that, Baba, in Nigeria. See, oh my man, Nigeria is a crime scene, 100%. In Nigeria, now the police, the police will be advising you to pay the ransom. In public, by law, you are not allowed to pay ransom to kidnappers. But in reality, now the police will help you, guide you. In fact, tutor you how to pay the ransom if you want your loved ones back. Despite, even if your loved ones are using their mobile phone to connect and contact you, where they can easily see their location, where they can easily conduct, you know what do you call it? A special operation like you see in the movies. Shoot a tear gas that will make everybody sleep, pass out. Arrest, separate the kidnappers from the kidnapped. Is that not possible? People were selling their properties. They are becoming homeless, wretched. The poverty you are seeing in Nigeria today, there are so many factors to it. How everyone became poor. And some of you are still watching me right now, and you are the waiting victim. It can happen to you tonight. Yours may be tomorrow. Mine may be next week. If I find myself breathing the air of Nigeria, any one of us could be a victim and coming back to tell the story. Baba, it's going to be a lifetime trauma. Trust me. So all of that money, how come? It's because how come they've not been able to really trace and you know what I mean, like apprehend the criminals. Where does all that money go? Because it goes back into that system. The criminals are moving about in tinted vehicles escorted by the Nigerian police and army, and these are the money launderers. These are the human traffickers. These are the drug dealers. These are your honorables. These are your governors. These are your senators. This is your president. This is your vice president. Take a look at the mirror and see when they said they have powerful people here and there. Who do you think they will be? A lot of us we have watched some of these action movies. They kidnapped 200 people. How did they do that? Then they started making contact. They are the family members of the kidnapped. They are left on their own. Nigerian politicians will be withdrawing money, and they will say they are doing investigation on those kidnapped, but they are doing nothing. Their family members, relatives, they'll be selling off all their possessions to get back their family members. Those whose family dies, the trauma lives with all of them for the rest of their lives. But when you look at the government data, they will say, oh, you remember when they kidnapped to fight insecurity in Kaduna, we spent over 80 billion naira. 80 billion naira to fight what? To fund terrorism. That is what they did. So under Buhari, the northern Nigerian criminal leaders, they were always inciting the gullible ones in northern Nigeria that anyone, though things are bad, though they are being killed, they are being kidnapped, they should be praying for Buhari. They must not join those who are criticizing Buhari. It is haram. They must remember that Buhari is a Muslim and Buhari is a northerner. So if Buhari is not there, it's going to be Oshibajo, and Oshibajo is an infidel. These criminal politicians from northern Nigeria, the religious bodies, all these, their sheikh and all of them, many of them who are those in this criminal enterprise, they were telling the people that criticizing Buhari was like criticizing the prophet. You won't believe it. Same people that will kill you for blasphemy, they deify the Buhari in the northern Nigeria. They were burying their young ones, old ones. They were burying their own loved ones. But they were not allowed to express that disappointment. But they're already coming out of their cocoon now. Trust me. You now have a southerner, thiefnubu, who also don't give a just like Buhari didn't give a fuck. Thiefnubu doesn't too. And it is not because you are northerners. It is not because you are a Christian or you are, it's not. You have been living a delulu life, deluded life, when you allowed yourselves to be used in trying to legitimize a fraud to the point that loju emi wa, right before our very eyes, Baba, I saw Shege. Shege, they do hypocrisy, and Shege no get shame. Ma put on this way, loju emi wa, forgery is no longer haram. Drug dealing, drug trafficking, no longer haram. Somebody who is a drug dealer, hey, certificate forger. All this no longer matter in Islam of this hypocrite. They were there because Muslim. Now they want to come back and tell us that Thiefnubu does not like Muslim. Like, like Enshiere. Thiefnubu, like Buhari, will use the same system, okay? And they will show you the shege, the sense where you no get for the next 8 years. Elomura. I have told you this before it happened. Now only a Sarailu. At least if you are from northern Nigeria, you understand what is called a Sarailu. Asarailu is death. Iku. Now only Asarailu can save you from Kolu. Election cannot save you. If you decided to change your constitution, here you get, with the level of audacity and confidence that they have, if Kolu, even if Kolu can no longer work, if Kolu can no longer talk, and is using a sign language, if Kolu decided to stay in Paris for 1 year, listen to me very well, okay? You will do nothing. Trust me. Asarailu is the only thing that will save you from him. I've said it before. And I'm actually hoping that you're going to prove me wrong. 8 years that you are waiting for the infidel tears. Some of you are even like suffering and smiling, suffer head in northern Nigeria. No job, no real economy. Terrorism everywhere. And right there, you are still thinking there's something special about you if you are not deluded. Some of you said, Igbos can never be president in Nigeria. Remember that. For the next, after 8 years of thiefnubu, shittima go there. Sure, you go do 8. Who will go next? Maybe Gbaja Mole. That will go do 8. How now they share them again? And you will now go back to the north. Rufai go do 8. So for the next 16, the next 32 years, Igbos will never be president. We realize wati diskelenting. To ba last, if some of you last the next 8 years, it will be like say you are only being preserved as the last surviving species of your kind, so that the next coming generation, they can use you as an example. Look at that guy. How old do you think he is? How can you call him a guy? That one looks like it should be like 80 years old. Say, no. Those are the people who survived Buhari and thiefnubu in Nigeria. Those are the last survivors. They are different species. He's just 33 years old. 33, sir. Yeah. I mean, there are some hybrid Nigerians, okay? There are some crossbreed Nigerians. Now, poverty will finally put everybody to where they truly belong. Surely those of you who survived 8 years of Buhari could guarantee that you will survive the next of thiefnubu. Whatever you faced under Buhari, things like government not giving a damn, or whenever you get killed, they will say, we will make sure we bring the perpetrators to book. Under Buhari, everyday terrorism, you know what they were doing? Oh, Buhari has ordered the military to bring the perpetrators to book. Buhari was sad for the news of as he has ordered investigation, and the perpetrators must be brought to the book. Baba, last when Buhari was going, we asked him for the book of where the perpetrators, to check on the perpetrators they've brought to the book. Baba, we realized that the book only exists in your brain, in your head, in your imagination. Toriko si book, no, there's no book. Now, whatever it is you suffered under Buhari, whether the ones that you are denying, the ones that you are pretending and giving glory to God, we give glory to God. We thank God. I'm not saying you shouldn't too. I'm saying all that thing, all that pain, the pain you are hiding behind that your smile. When somebody says, how are you managing? And then you smile. It is the grace of God. It's not easy. Honestly, You are giving me a fake smile. You are hiding that pain. Now, me, I am speaking to that pain now. That what you survived under Buhari, imagine that times 5. I'm not wishing it on you. It might happen. It's going to happen. The only problem that will reduce the effects is that a lot of you are built, okay, to develop your own coping mechanism whenever this weapon that is fashioned against you fired an arrow at you. Bah! Job don't go. Because na jeje you dey. And these rogues, like I said, they have made Nigeria the weapon fashioned against us. And na jeje you go dey. You go just hear a pa. Trust me. Thiefnubu's party is going to be much, much like, how can I say it without scaring you? There is no how. Maybe if you are scared, when you are given whenever you are given an option, a choice, you will be careful in how you choose, won't you? Great. Now, going forward, the people who got killed at Todonbiri, they want Thiefnubu's minister or ministers. Badaru, the former Jigawa governor, who is now the Minister of Defense. Matawale, who was the former governor of Zamfara. Zamfara, who is also a Minister of State. These people bossed themselves to Abuja and straight to the National Assembly. I'll show you, which started this way. Bamayi is that they don't want him anymore, making themselves feel like they actually appointed them in the first place. You didn't appoint them. He appointed them as a means of a compensation. And unfortunately, none of them has even returned back to Nigeria as at the time when that thing happened. Imagine that American military, American Air Force, just bombed a village in Texas. And their president, Joe Biden, is somewhere in Europe, having some international summit or whatever. What do you think will happen? Joe Biden, that moment the news broke, what do you think is going to happen? He will return back to America right away and address Americans on American soil on what just happened. Nigerians have no leader, they have nothing. Here you get. They read about all these disasters and they just thank God that it's not them. They don't look forward to any sort of a statement from their own president and all that. And whenever the statement is going to come, it's going to come from a place called the Presidency, where some ragtag hired praise singers who put together words, blah, 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 nonsense that mean nothing. And that's it. Because they're going to kill another people. As you are watching this video, they don't kill some people now. Now, tomorrow, you're going to hear the breaking news. Oh, breaking news. 47 people kidnapped in Sokoto yesterday. And you just be like, no, were we not talking about Kaduna the other, just yesterday, my ego, I said, that's why people don't care anymore. When they see the news, they just say, oh, thank God it's not me. Oh, hey, yeah, thank God. Well, thank God it's not me. That's what they have turned people to. So these ones, like I've said, boss themselves to Abuja, and they are making demands. Listen to this.
An Arewa youth movement on the lingering insecurity in Nigeria and a call for the Minister of Defense to resign. Yes. Good day, gentlemen of the press. On behalf of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Northwest Zone, and the Arewa youth movement, we are here today to say that we are not crying wolf, but stating a reality. Yes. For those who have eyes to see, let them see well. And those who have ears to hear, let them listen attentively. Nigeria is not well because Nigerians are being killed day by day. Gentlemen of the press, in view of the foregoing, the leadership of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Northwest Zone, and that of the Arewa Youth Movement, after due consultations, have observed with a total dismay the lackluster performance of His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Defense, Alhaji Muhammadu Badaru, in handling the Ministry of Defense. Yes. Not only a critical, but also a strategic ministry in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As a result of that, security situation in the country keeps deteriorating since his inception as Minister of Defense. Gentlemen of the press, these two organizations have a moral obligation to express our grievances because Nigeria is in shambles situations in terms of security of lives and property, most especially in northern Nigeria. There is hardly a week without terrorists attacking one community or the other. People have been killed and are still being killed in their homes, farms, and even places of worship. Nigeria keeps losing members of the armed forces, which include the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, and members of the Nigeria Police Force. Our university students are still in captivity and no one knows their whereabouts. These are the clear indications that the minister is incompetent to handle that sensitive ministry. Gentlemen of the press, we are using this crucial medium to draw the attention of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCON, to ask the Honorable Minister of Defense, Alhaji Muhammadu Badaru, to wake up from his slumber to face his national responsibility or honorably resign, because security situation is deteriorating under his watch. Similarly, we are not only drawing the attention of the President on the Honorable Minister's poor performance, but we are also calling the attention of members of the National Assembly to look into the lackluster performance of the minister and to do the needful for the benefit of the country. Finally, we express our sincere gratitude to our members who have gathered here today to exercise our constitutional right in democracy. We pray for a journey mercy back to our respective destination. Thank you very much. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amen.
Somebody said the ignorance of these northerners is one of the problems of Nigeria. No. They are not ignorant. And there is no ignorance in this. It is actually hypocrisy. Now, killing in the north and them reacting to them will take center stage since it is not a northerner. Because if you protested against a northerner, number one, so you are working with the enemies to bring down the government of a northerner. You will never be forgiven. Even if Buhari was eating people alive, the norm is that it must not come from their mouth. And if there are anyone who is trying to gain any national attention based on this that could lead to the whole country reacting, it is their duty, even if they are the victims of the same failed government, it is their duty to stand up and defend him and pray for him. That's the most you can do. But do not ever join those who are going to say, Buhari must go. So Buhari must go. So another person from the south can come. No, they would rather die. So it is not ignorance at all. Do you understand? It is hypocrisy. They did it with Jonathan. We thought kidnapping school children was the highest boiling point or highest how far the terrorists could go in order to get everybody to react the same way. Then under Buhari, it became a pastime. It became a normal thing. But they kept quiet. They kept quiet. At a point, they did so much to link the terrorism in northern Nigeria, to link it to IPOB. There are some in northern Nigeria that believes that there are some military men. They believe that some military men were arresting their youth because those military men are from the eastern Nigeria. They are from the southern Nigeria. That those their youth, they are arresting for terrorism. They are not terrorists. I'm not going to say they are, because knowing how Nigerian military operates, Abi. But it became so sad that they protected those terrorists. They know them. They have names. They have bases. They have everywhere. They have camps. And they prefer to just suffer for it in silence. Or a southerner is there. Protesting is no longer haram. That is not ignorance. That is hypocrisy. And if anyone believes that they don't know what they are doing, they do. It's all about power. And they need something. Good luck, Egbere Jonathan was able to be subdued. Here you get. Because it wasn't probably as cold-hearted as them. In any way, for the next 4, 8, or 20 years of thiefnubu says shege that all of Nagu face, they are now going to be using this poverty, using this terrorism. You are going to hear a lot from them now. You're going to be seeing videos. You're going to be seeing them gathered together because the terrorism is not going anywhere. thiefnubu doesn't give a damn about you, just like Buhari didn't. Under Buhari, the only thing that, Nigerians were fed with to make them know that they still had military chiefs is when they all marched together, walking with walking sticks, to go and see the brain-dead, lifeless mannequin, Buhari, inside the asshole rock. They'll say, we are discussing the security strategic to the Mr. President. Why they are doing strategic means that they don't kidnap about 200 school children. It became a joke. So that's exactly what you are going to suffer on that thiefnubu. Don't let anybody delude you. Here you get. Don't let anybody delude you. Everybody is there to make their own money. Even though they might pretend to be doing right now, as all of them are crying in northern Nigeria that they are killing you this or killing you that. The people of Middle Belt who have become the most victims of this bloodshed, they are there. You understand? As you are seeing all this death, all these killings, thiefnubu and his gang, they are already giving themselves a word that since thiefnubu came in, the security has improved. Baba, about 3 months ago, some youth corpers, they were going to Sokoto to go and do their youth service. They got kidnapped. Do you know that majority of them are still with the kidnappers, youth corpers? In they have a booklet they give to them when you go for your youth service. There's a booklet. Inside that booklet, there are some advices. In fact, security advices given there. There's a portion in that booklet where it is stylishly advised to have at least the number of 2 people that you can phone for ransom in case you are kidnapped. I'm not joking. No. It's not a joke. How many youth coppers are watching this broadcast right now? Are you a youth copper? Tell me, have you seen it before? Oh no, I should have that copy, and I'm going to go look for it and I'll show you. Let's say if you are going to some part of Nigeria, as part of your insurance, you must at least cram numbers of 2 people that can pay ransom when you get kidnapped. No call government, no call NYSC. Nobody go pick your call, and nobody will look for you. I'm going to go look for that portion and I'm going to share it with you. Not just that. Thousands of Nigerians are currently in different captivity in the hands of these terrorists in Nigeria today. But thiefnubu and his gang, they are giving themselves award that the last 6 months, the security in Nigeria has improved. Or Mr. President is going to do more. Let me replay that video of Gbaja visiting the people they bombed, the survivors. Mo will listen to what he said, and you will remember what I just told you now, right? The security is improving. We are working so hard. We are blah, 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 blah.
Drop your phone. Who are you? My assessment of that unfortunate incident of Sunday the 3rd of December 2023 is that it's grave, it's regrettable, but we will do everything possible to prevent such an occurrence happening again in the conduct of our operations going forward. I've gone around to visit and interact with the members of the community. I've come again now to the hospital to see the injured, and this will help me to know the level of expertise that I need to put on the table in conducting the inquiry into what happened on Sunday, so that that inquiry can come up with relevant recommendations that will guide us in the conduct of our operations going forward. The community has been enjoined to view what happened as just a temporary setback. It was not intended. It's regrettable, it's unfortunate, and we'll work with the community to provide necessary support to the community as a whole and to the injured persons so that they can quickly regain their health. We are more encouraged by the support shown by the members of the community, even the injured ones here in the hospital. And that will go a long way to spur the troops, to provide security, to provide an enabling environment for law-abiding citizens to go about their businesses. The troops will continue with the conduct of their operations. What we need to do is to fine-tune our operations such that we do not have this kind of lapses that will lead to unfortunate loss of life.
Nuisance, Lele.
That's the Gbaja. And that's it. Just unfortunate. Just a mistake. I just hope that they will not kill you. You. Say amen. They will not kill you by mistake. Nigeria is a place where you can be killed by mistake. And the person that killed you by mistake, will never be known. Here you get. And when it happens, you're going to be on your own. And that is why you should say amen. May you not be killed by mistake, by error. Suddenly they'll say, wrong identity and all of that stuff. But this one, like, wrong wrong ancestry, because on your ancestral land, where you they sleep, inside your room, law-abiding citizen, boom, baba. By the time you open your eyes, now you go to ask others, say, where are we? Sorry, excuse me, where are we? That you know, say about levels don't change. Oh, this must be a dream. Oh, I don't even know how it is like when person die. Like, like just imagine it. Like if I die now, I would just be like wandering about in the cloud, like, oh my God. And somebody, who don't die as well, because a lot of people who die, millions of people die every day anyway. So a lot of people who died, right? All of us could just see ourselves, just be like, hey, God, come this way. Like, you just be like that. I don't know. But Nigeria is a place where you can be mistakenly killed. And the troops can move on. No responsibility. There is no punitive measure or anything put. No. You are just a number. The sad go. So, and I think that is why in that same Abuja today, okay, the Abuja people who seems to have suddenly feel like if this Wike continue like this, a lot of us are going to become homeless and criminals. Abuja's security has become more exposed. You can get kidnapped with ease in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria now, than you can go missing in Ibadan or go missing in Owerri. I'm not joking. Abuja residents are sort of living on an extra care that they have to live on avoiding one chance transports and all that, right? To avoid kidnappers, to avoid the criminal police that are there to extort them, to avoid kidnappers who are kidnapping you for money. Now listen to this. So these are just like outside, Abi, even inside your house. Normally, when you hear, "Go, open the door," when you say, sorry, who is that? It's us, armed robbers. Now armed robbers. You say, armed robbers. Hey, everybody relax. They are coming to rob us. So please, let us relax. Go and open the door. Don't do any, you know what I mean? About these days, inside Abuja, if you hear, climbing fence and everywhere, say, who are those? Who are you? Now kidnappers, open the door. Because they come straight into your house to actually kidnap you now, like randomly. So now you go call the tell them, say, you, Junior, you, yeah, I beg, run, enter that particular room. Let them kidnap me. If they don't kidnap me, una go look for money. And this may sound funny to you, it's not funny. It might sound funny to you because you are watching me right now. I don't know what kind of comfort or wherever you are watching from. This is actually a true life stuff. In your home, and you are taken. And you may never be seen again. And if you are seen, you may never be the same again. And that's in Abuja. So a lot of them are already like, we're a wiki. If he continues this way, and ignores his real job, and there's going to be a problem. So they were asking Thiefnubu to remove him. How? You know, I don't know, say when we're a wiki divorced, who be that guy? What's that guy? Tambua. When we're a wiki divorced Tambua last year, 2022, he went for a sugar daddy that doesn't have to bother him. All he needs to do is just to twerk for him. He's old, senile, weak. He only needs an entertainer, dressed like a school kid. Oh yeah, but it's in a role different Thiefnubu. And he was made a governor of Abuja. So if you go to the same guy to send with a wiki away, where do you want him to send him to? To Rivers? I don't know. I'm just saying. There are people who are now asking that where the wiki must go. But we'll come back to them. To the students of Shakpate Ogun Poli, I believe, right? I don't know if some of you have heard this. Watch. Still talking about surviving in the contraption that these criminals are administering. Imagine if your child actually attends this school. Just imagine it. I'll come back.
Good morning, everybody. I am a student of Gateway Polytechnic, ICT, Shakpade, Ogun State. There is this thing going on in that school. Please, government. It's like you guys, you are not seeing it at all. They are killing us. No power now. They are killing us. They shot my friend in the head this morning. He's confirmed dead. The students in me no law. I'm harm robber. I'm a jalo le gombe. Our students in the Coleman school is not even doing anything about it at all. I thought this is getting too much. Too much. I talked to my friend 12 a.m. today. I was asleep. I got a call. They told me my friend was shot in the head and he was confirmed dead at 3 a.m. this morning. The school authorities are not doing anything about it. Government, please help the students. And I will urge every student who gives to Polytechnic, everybody should run to their house. Everybody should go to their various houses. Don't stay in school. Everybody run away. Run away. I told my friend, every one of them should go back to their houses. I told him more than 5 times because the armed robbery stuff is getting too much. Like it has become a normal thing in Sakwa, the gateway. It has become a normal thing to rob students of their things. And they don't do that to indigenes. They only do that to us, the students. And they are kings, they are governors in that state, but nobody is doing anything about it. And they are hearing things about it. They are not doing anything. Every student there should run to their house. I can remember the students of Gateway, they protested, yeah, they protest. When they shot a guy also, see, they killed my friend again this morning. Imagine, you be to run your law school, who go school on me, who are the arrow, I would joke, I only want in both from. How does that sound?
Sad. And that is the reality of so many young people right now in Nigeria. armed robbers is their own problem at Sharpady, Gateway Polytechnics. Armed robbers robbing the students. They are there. They cannot be protected. So let's go back to that Abuja, where this guy said, Wike must go, Shani.
Wike must go.
Nigerians stand united that Wike must go.
Wike must go.
He is an unnecessary distraction in the FCT. But President Bola Tinubu must remove Wike as Minister of FCT. He's bringing unnecessary distraction to the government. We as responsible citizens, we cannot accept this kind of uncouth, indecorous person to continue to pilot the affairs of FCT. His actions are avoidably controversial and hurting, and his diction has been foul, combative, and condescending, as if he is a deliberate punishment sent to the people of the Federal Capital Territory by President Tinubu. In Nyesom Wike's alleged penchant for land grabbing and cronyism has begun to emerge, as some of the land reforms are suspected to be targeted at dispossessing Nigerians of their properties and reacquiring them through cronies. There is tension in the FCT today under the brutal and sometimes criminal Wike is coming menace. His recent clash with the governor of Rivers State, Sasim Similai Puvara, isn't just a mere political disagreement, but a display of dirty politics that has no place in a civilized society. Wike's preoccupation with personal vendetta has diverted his attention from his primary responsibility, neglecting the critical objectives set by the federal government for the FCT. Wike's high-handedness in land policies, the revocation of lands, perceived animosity towards a particular section of the country, and the alarming manner in which lands are allocated risks of high-level corruption. It is evident that the action of Mr. Wike do not align with the government agenda for reforms and development in the FCT. Mr. Wike's tactics, reminiscent of an emperor, which is exhibited during his tenure as governor of Rivers State. And these are detrimental to the progress and growth we seek for our FCT and the nation at large. Furthermore, Wike's disregard for decorum in media address and his reckless remarks without considering their implications on the administration are not befitting of a public office holder. His lack of accountability and administrative failures are evident that his actions threaten to cause irreparable harm to the administration credibility. Therefore, we, the network of civil society for economic sustainability, call on President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to take decisive action to contain the excesses of Mr. Nyesom Wike. It is in the best interest of our nation that Mr. Wike's disruptive tendencies are addressed promptly to safeguard the integrity of this administration and ensure that the objectives set for the FCT are pursued diligently and without any distractions from any quarters. Let us stand together in this call for accountability and responsible governance.
Society, as coalition and civil society, we are asking President Ahmed Bola Tinubu to sack Wike. Enough is enough. The threat, the tension in FCT is uncalled for. Remove Wike, sack Wike now. That is what the coalition of civil society. We need a responsible governance in FCT, not more. Sack Wike now is what we are here for. Thank you.
The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see. The more you look. It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
And I feel like that is what Wike will say after watching that video. It will just be like, it is smoke Igbo. It is smoke Indian hemp. The more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the less you see. Wike is doing land grabbing in Abuja. They want to take people's lands. All it takes is just to make a policy. Wike came and he said Thiefnubu said, everybody in Abuja, you must be recertified of your land. Here you get CFO, certificate of occupancy, which was given to you that has the lifespan of 100 years. Thiefnubu and Wike, they came. So Wike said, Thiefnubu told him that everybody must be recertified. You have to be issued a new CFO. That you have been living in Abuja for 50 years, 60 years. Now your story be that too. If you don't pay 3.5 million naira per plot, if you build your house on 10 acre, 1 acre of land, or 10, whatever, 1 acre, 2 acres, or whatever. Now per plot, so 3.5 million per plot. They will come share for you. You will pay. That is then to show that, okay, you can continue to live in your house. In the next few weeks or so, where the Wike is going to start his own demolition in Abuja, and they're going to be demolishing people's houses, saying either they will say they built house where they shouldn't, or they don't have a CFO. All of these, all of una where they hope for waiting Thiefnubu did in Lagos, men can't do them for Nigeria. You are welcome to the party. They will take it from you, and they will keep it for themselves, and they will ask you to do your worst. Waiting when I want to. Maybe nothing. And I bet all of you we still think that it is a protest. Protest cannot take care of this. But mukuna they bring them up small. When you are ready, resistance is going to be your way out, not protest. But who are those who are familiar, who should be worried about their future? The students, all of them with this school that they are about to make, they were about to turn you to dropouts. A lot of you are never going to graduate. They will make sure of that. So, are you not worried? Should you not be in combative gears? Your future is being mortgaged before your very eyes. But when the student leaders can't even they are like replica of their own criminal politicians. So they said they decided to have an election of the National Association of Nigerian Students, something like that, NANS. And Wahala started because Sheyi Thiefnubu has his own candidate. And his candidate must be the president of NANS in Nigeria. And others felt like, no, it can't be. Wahala sha happen. DSS can't they shoot the students where they disagree with the president's son. They swear for you. Unano they look. You cannot disagree with the president's son. The first son of the Federal Republic. He is not the first son. He has a brother. Yeah, he has a brother who is older than him. Yinka. Sorry, who is older between Yinka and Sheyi, by the way? Yinka seems older. I know Sheyi is my age. Sheyi is about 38, 39. But Yinka seems older. Who is older? Do you even know? See, look at them. Who is Yinka? They're asking, who is Yinka? Yinka Thiefnubu. You will see more of him very soon anyway. I don't know which one is the first son, but that of Iyaloja has been settled. Fola Shade is the first daughter of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You see how people ask where Yinka dey? Who be Yinka? I'll go look for Yinka picture. I'll show you Yinka. So you can see Yinka Tinubu. Anyway, it's a guy, by the way, it's not a girl. Okay. So Sheyi was interested, and DSS can't they shoot everybody, say, now they Cries. So the student now came back. Instead of making them angry, but so they can't they sing on your mandate, we shall stand, give up straight in it. A lot of us are talking about future. And we are worried for what the future is going to be like when things continues like this. But when you now see the people who should be worried for their future, They come they wear thiefnubu jersey, they sing. Baba, when I told you that whenever they say there is a light after the tunnel, it all long parfum. Listen to me very well, young man. If you look at anybody in Nigeria that uses the phrase, there is light after the tunnel, it all long parfum, they are lying to you. Some of us, we have been to the future. Some of us, we have managed to go to the end of the tunnel. Do you want me to advise you? They don't steal the generator with the generator light at the end of the tunnel. Everything is dark, shallow, and scary. You should be worried. And those who have their own little contribution that they could make, in fact, considering their own population in Nigeria, they have a lot of influence that they probably would rather sell off on a spam pass.
On your mandate, Gbaja. On your mandate, Gbaja. On your mandate, we shall stand.
This is a press statement by Comrade Rebore Jude Deniran, President-elect of the National Association of Nigeria Students, NANS. Dear Nigeria students, distinguished NANS senators, our amiable stakeholders, all lovers of education across Nigeria, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with a deep sense of responsibility and commitment to service of national development, generational shift in power, and restoration of our dear nation's glory. It is important that I address you today, sending solidarity greetings in the name of one struggle, unity, peace, and renewal. Today has come, and tomorrow will reveal the activities of today. I appreciate the last administration executive, including the Senate arm, for their service and sacrifices to the Nigerian students as an association. All committees are also appreciated by me, including the convention chairman and all CPCs as well. Most appreciation goes to the distinguished non-senators, which are the delegates, the SUG presidents, and our respected stakeholders for their well contributions and support to the success of the 2023 National Convention. The senators, delegates have spoken well by electing one of them, who is the former union president, person of Comrade Boreju Denera and myself, as the NAS president today. During the convention, a lot happened that we heard and witnessed, good, bad, and ugly. To the glory of God, we have started addressing the bad and ugly situations that requires urgent attention. I'm calling on the Department of State Security to give a report of the 2023 elective NAS convention, as the world is eager to know. It is an enormous privilege and honor to be trusted with the leadership of NAS students, of Nigeria students. I'm deeply conscious that this privilege is honor at this time. It is indeed a remarkable and historic victory for Nigeria students, and I have no doubt about what this means to the students' community. We call on our cause contenders in the electionary level to join hands with us as we take the delivering comprehensive leadership and sustainably a voice of dear Nigeria students. We appreciate the efforts of stakeholders and we urge them to continue giving us the best guidance towards students' interests. The mandate have freely given us is a mandate to reform the investment in the future of NANS, and it's also very clear as an instruction for good governance. I assure you of good leadership, and I assure you that the NANS leadership under my administration will represent the interests of genuine Nigeria students on and off campuses. Thank you very much. I've earlier, in the process of my campaign, I have earlier raised the concern about the rigorous process in assessing the loan. I lent my voice and appealed to the National Assembly and the federal government as well to either make the loan a grant for Nigeria students or to make it more accessible, because I think the process are too rigorous.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Our future leaders, for those who know the shenanigans of NANS and all those bodies that pop up, sure you get. Some said the guy looked like or they all look like people speaking from the IDP camps. Don't worry. You see, it is either they are going to take him to Sheyi thiefnubu to go and prostrate and say, Egbon, I'm also Yoruba now. I am also for Ashiwaju. I am APC. Shey you get student, leader of students in Nigeria. Oh. So you have to go there and pledge. So if Sheyi thiefnubu now feels like, okay, then he can continue to parade himself as a announced president. But if Sheyi thiefnubu is like, are you mad? Don't even bring him closer to me. Don't, please. Don't even mention that name to me anymore. In fact, see, call me that, call me Abu. Oh, Abu DSS. Yeah, call me Abu. So in the next few days, DSS may pick him up and his own party and everybody. The same DSS that was shooting gun when they were doing the election. DSS will pick him up. And they will say he's actually like a threat. Before you know it, the same student will begin to say, free, you'll be seeing the student asking for his freedom. Free him now, free him now. And just like that, by the time they release him, after maybe 6 months or 1 year, he will just slowly disappear. And you won't see him again. That is the deal. And those are the people that you want to now come out and say, great Nigerian student, great. The greatest Nigerian student, great. The greatest Gbagba, nonsense. And they say, okay, we're waiting with the Gbagba now. How far? What do we go to now? They say, oh yeah, on your mandate we shall stand. Oh yeah, everybody sing. On your mandate we shall stand. You now go they look at yourself like Shenans Lele yeah be nonsense. So you see, this is how the system works. It is so corrupt, so rigged, that everyone is looking for his own space and they will do anything. No matter how young they are not novice, they are not ignorant, they are intentional, and they are enablers. See them as who they are. Do not think they are too young, they don't know what they are doing. They do. I have seen it. I have seen it very up close, you know that. They're not bombing for UK. Why do they look at me like that? I'm talking about the real thing. You are looking at me like, how did you know? Show why, meaning. Everybody is looking for how to get in and break in, do something. So that at the end of the, you see that Nance guy, when he finishes his own time, he will now be looking forward to the time he's going to be appointed as a special advisor to any politician. It may be it may just be one lawmaker, House of Rep, or senator, or somewhere there, or governor. They will say, oh, he's a former Nance president. He is now a special advisor to the governor of Ogun State. He's now you know what I mean? Like, these young guys knows. And that is the society they are building. They don't care about whether, there's going to be jobs or no jobs or whatever. They can say it to share you get. But everybody is just looking for their own chance. They cannot bring any liberty to you. You have to look beyond them. That's why I said there is no Messiah coming. Now Shege they come. And if you know that Shege is coming, do you know something? So some of you, I'm not trying to mock all of you who are really, really having problems financially right now to deal with your, what do you call it? As medication is becoming very, very expensive and more people are not able to afford them due to this inflation, okay? So if you use, if we decide to use a figure, even though Thiefnubu told you that na statistics you go shop, Baba na statistics you go shop, because statistics, they don't lie, even if you try to lie. You know why statistics don't lie? Because they will reflect what is really happening. Under Thiefnubu in 6 months, officially, your inflation has jumped over the roof. Remember, whatever you are going through right now, my dear brother, See, let me tell you something. I love you. And I really, really do. Okay? See, in 2024, even though a lot of you are going through a lot of things right now, and I bet you want a break. You're looking for a break. Like I just need a break. I need a break. I've been through a lot. Mayegu, I understand. But whenever you are going through hell, the ideal advice is to continue going. Don't go back, yo. Surely in 2024, Omari Shege. But I hope that Shege will not see you. Okay, I pray Shege will not see you. Just keep faith, okay? You can say, I see Shege. Shege see me. God punish Shege. God bless me. Like I see Damu see me. God bless Damu. God bless me. In 2024, about Shege, Bansa, about Shege may see you. You shall not see Shege. And Shege will come in different shape and sizes and forms. The Shege will come in different colors as well. But if you are prepared, I became motivated, so I don't even know how to motivate you. Because even me, knowing what is coming and what these guys are doing, Baba, emi gon sweat. I am sweating right now talking about it. So me more, I don't know which aspire to perspire motivational line I can give you. But let us be honest. Sure you get. Motivational or no motivational, the only motivation you need right now is the truth, so that you can be prepared. In the last 8 years, these are listed companies who have left Nigeria for different reasons. And as they left, year in, year out, people lost their jobs. Manufacturing companies that left Nigeria created a gap that has further made Nigeria import dependent. Import dependent, Abi. Which means some of the things they usually produce in Nigeria are no longer produced in Nigeria. And for their market and those who still uses them, they would have to pay double. As Naira continued to crash, they would have to pay more or look for any alternative. Now, every year, even the alternatives are also disappearing. Year in, year out. So I just heard that the P&G have left Nigeria as well. There were others who also left Nigeria. I think the last time, was that not GSK? So they said that when GSK left, so it simply means that some of the medications, the drugs they actually manufacture, right? For them to still appear on the shelf in Nigeria. Now look at this one is free. I don't even know. Somebody said who designed that. You're right. Somebody did, and it's on the internet, okay? Sorry, what is the name of the drug, Gongono? Because now I can't even take it off my head. I've been calling it I've been calling it this. Shegementin. And this is an sorry. What is the name again? Give me the name. Augmentin, Abi augmentin. Right. Augmentin is said to be a very good antibiotic in Nigeria. Original. Solid. You have fever, malaria, or any of those things, you get a bite, you have an infection, all those things, like, they are really, really, like, you know, they said it's very handy. And it used to be 7,000 naira. Today, they said it is nearly 60,000 naira for that box. That's very expensive. There are so many other you know, antibiotics that you can really use, so if you don't want to use the augmentin and others like that. But they too, apart from exposing Nigerians to adulterated drugs, medication, right, and taking away the trust of originality because of cost. Now, not looking at that danger of that, right? But you know what? Whether you have a reason to use augmentin or to use antibiotics or to use any other medication, let's even say you are very fine. You don't use them, you don't need them. Thank God for your life. Why would you pay 60,000 naira for antibiotics? That's a lot. Abi? Well, you see the one I have on the screen here. It's called Shegementin. This one is free. Okay? Shegementin affects everything. You go chop them in the morning, in the afternoon, and you can make it twice a day, thrice a day. It's always free. And that is exactly what thiefnubu will show you. APC, Egbekegbe, will show you in 2024. If I have another way of explaining it, I would. But I don't have another way. I mean, these guys have money to budget, what do you call it? To budget 65 billion naira as amnesty money for Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists. But they call it transformed ex-militants. That is Boko Haram money. Repentant Boko Haram. Where you are taking your 2 dosage, excuse me, your 2 dosage of Shegementin every day until you're paying. If you know, like, nobody all of us could last long that much. Even me, I'm not sure I could last 1 year. 65 billion. Bajabia Mole will spend 21.22 billion naira. And according to him, they want to use 5 billion to renovate the Don Barrack. Use 5 billion to renovate Vice President's quarters in Lagos. They want to do full digital, full digitization of the entire state house and Lagos state office and quarters. Baba 10 billion naira niyema cost. And all of these are proposed. Before this Were came, the State House budget is for Chief of Staff to President, 24 million, 2020. 76 million, 2021. 526 million, 2022. 517 million, 2023. By 2024, 21.22 billion. One can endure. Ronu, Yoruba Ronu, Omo, Ronu ku level, only you. And like I said, even at that, Ministry of Agriculture will be spending 250 million naira to do street lighting. Kilo Ministry of Agriculture with street lighting. People are still looking into that, Abi. On and on and on like that. Even though the last time we them blow this guy face, we're all here say, Ashi Alaye self go Copper 2080. Ajero of NLC. Baba, the guy did Dubai, oh. Everybody will kind of get paid eventually. But you won't need this guy, see. The guy on the right is the pastor in Redeem. I never know that he's also Abdullahi. If you have seen anybody who has been like the most stinkiest hypocrite and shameless one at that, you will look at these guys on your screen, and the one on the right will take the medal. Nobody can take it away from Israel. Israel was saying that people of Kaduna bombed to Misrains. They should take acts. Okay? They should remain calm. That from Alhaji Dr. Israel Abdullahi. Igbawo Israel Abdullahi. That is what Nigeria has become. If you continue to kind of count on the rogues, they say if you actually crown the clown, you probably will have a circus, Abi. Finally, I have a one for you. For those of you who are trying to add some letters to your fleet, in fact, to all of you in 2024, as your OG, Overseer General, Mayegun General, which is your OG, as your OG, what do you think? Say, Mo will bid for the presidential jet where they won't sell. I'm just asking for our ministry. At this point, for the ministry to grow very well, I don't mind if all of our brethren put money together inside a jar for me. Make a take and buy presidential jet. They didn't name a price. But at least if you look at this, I think it should be very comfortable for your OG to run them. Now they take and run them for you. Sure, you get to save the soul of everybody. Ma go bid. They are about to sell one of the 14 aircraft, presidential jets in Nigeria. And they said, all of us, we won't buy them. Mo will send our bid inside. Are you there? My dear brother, Innocent Obi, Kalu Okpara, Princess, Our Lady, Liz Dada. I'm asking all of una here, all the brethren. We can put, I'm thinking maybe we should just start the bidding from, let's say, £1,000. Now bidding, Abi. And they shouldn't be, okay, Nigeria is broke. Okay, maybe we'll start it from 1.5. What happened is that because it is, it is a sort of a high-powered security aircraft. It's not anyhow. It's not just anyhow aircraft. Okay, so we can start from 2,000 or we meet. Then they said that you have to send the email. I have to send email to them of how much I want buy them. Then I have to also make sure that the email I'm sending is going to be encrypted so that nobody can just open them. Then I have to send, it must be passworded, okay? So then I have to send a password through another email again to them so that they can use that password to go and open the first email I sent, which contained my bid. So it's now up to you. If you think your geo, I mean, I don't, it's not good to be, man, they work out with leg. Are you with me? So, and again, it will be a good thing or a complete nonsense. So, yeah, that may be a sort of a media stunt, but it's actually for sale. Okay, but they will never tell who buys it. Remember that. Now, I'm thinking we should take calls, okay? But I am thinking I'll just leave us with this. And when I get back, I'll take calls. Okay?
We need to decolonize this Jesus story and throw away a white Jesus with his idols. I don't believe in a white movie star from Hollywood who who is supposed to have come around and saved me from my sins. How can a white boy with blue eyes die for Africans when they cannot even share land with us? Show me one white man who has died for a black man. Show me one white man. 25 million people dead in the sea on their way to America for slavery. 15 million people dead in Congo. 25 plus 15, 40 million plus people dead. And all their blood means nothing except the blood of a white boy. If you are going to do theology, do it correctly. Do it correctly. And give me an option. If I want to believe in a white Jesus, I'll believe in a white Jesus. If I want to believe in a black Jesus, I'll believe in a black Jesus. But if you want to be true to the biblical text, then be honest as theologians. And I'm embarrassed to be sitting here as a theologian together with some of my theological friends who have gone to school to study, and when we come out of school to study, we actually continue to promote the wrong theology and push it in front of our own people. We have become the colonizers ourselves, Uncle Toms, who are sitting on the conscience of our people. Which is wrong. Which is wrong. How do you sleep at night taking money from widows and orphans? How do you sleep at night taking money from people who cannot afford food and bread because Jesus will bless them? For the past 15 years they've been giving their offerings to you and their lives have not changed. What is the problem? Because you don't have faith. You don't have faith. When Amfundis, do you have faith in collecting money from us? So we need to understand and deconstruct the whole picture and ideology of this white Messiah. And as long as we worship a white Messiah, my submission to you is that we are not worshiping the truth of the text. This is an academic exercise we're doing here. If you want to be true
Hello there.
Hello, Michael. Good evening.
Hello, Princess. How are you?
I'm fine, yeah.
Very well.
Oh,
Well, we are here. It's good to hear from you tonight again. I mean, it's been a while. There's a lot of people. Yeah, those in the comment section sees you all the time anyway. So yeah, we're hearing from you.
Yes, Michael. It is just very tiring, and the whole thing is very depressing. You know, I was thinking you were going to take calls yesterday, but you couldn't.
Yeah, I was having.
The topic yesterday was a bit here and there, and I was just laughing at people's comments and everything. I don't know how our people forget things. I don't know, probably because majority didn't have the majority couldn't do more of history in school, Most things that are happening now were things that couldn't happen 20, 30 years ago. In that Europe, America, Western diaspora, whatever that you guys are. These people colonized us. There were times that my parents were not traveling with visa to the UK. They just pick up their passports and go. So since they've been able to change this thing over time, you get there, you'll all get there eventually.
Well, it's looking so now. It's becoming it gradually and gradually.
You can remember it is a total fraud. You can remember there was a time I called and I said, they will usher in things by 2030. Martinelli was getting me wrong that I was asking diasporans to come and fight in Nigeria. No, that is not the issue. I'm not telling diasporans to come to Nigeria to fight. But when diaspora is not easy for you guys again, and they like Badaru. The one that love, you get in a train, you like clean trains, you don't like mood where you don't like buses, you want to get in the bus and look clean and tapping with a long baby, with a low aleko. So when you're tired of that place and you see that this place is not conducive, you will wake people up. That's what I've been saying all along. But I think he got it the wrong way. See, the generation of this younger one, my kids were doing something this afternoon and they were like, okay, why are women so this and that? And I said, I don't know. They said, why should people treat women like weakling? The generation of Uyibos that are coming could just look at you guys, they will be at the aim of power, look at you and say, okay, these people could send people from, I think, Eastern Europe away. Abi. They could send them the Romanian.
After Brexit, they told everybody that was it.
That is it. If they could send Romanians away from wherever it is, they are sending them away from and bringing in Africa. And I told people that, see, slave trade is not something they can do openly anymore. They cannot do it openly anymore. So they will hijack, sabotage your economy, pocket your politicians, and they throw you guys under the bus. You will pay to be enslaved.
I swear.
You will pay to get yourself enslaved. So, Shori, Mayegu, Afifila Pairing. Ojo kan lo ma niyi mo. If you see anybody that said, oh, he's got voodoo, he has killed an elephant with his cap, he will only be praised for that day. The next day, people will call their children, where they Emma Dodo ento fifila perin le fifila payan. Tori I am always very scared of Ilorin people. Ilorin. Ento le Ilorin. Mélòó la re èyàn tí ò ní lè lọ Máyégún. Jẹ́ ká máa bá lọ báyìí. Ibi tí gbogbo àbá bá dé. Ojú wa padà là tó bá yá. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Princess. Well, it is all getting there, like she said. When you look at all these far-right politicians who are popping up every now and then, okay, I think the ideal thing is for majority of us who seem so comfortable wherever we are right now to begin to look at what is it going to be like when you are no longer that comfortable. You are told to leave. Hello there.
Hello, brother. I'm to sure. My ear,
it's like all the old timers have decided to really chip in tonight. How are you, Baba?
Baba, they know that they did for comment section now. Always. I just did for looking there. I could just be looking there. I said that. Oh, wait, after yesterday, Baba, the thing pay me.
I know. I was going to take calls so that people can chip in and help me out and make my message hit people better. But you see that glitches and all that, right, Baba? I just couldn't really cope with that. And I don't know. See, Irumole, I wanted to ask this, and I remember now, okay? Right? Is it that, when someone start getting older, right? You start getting to a stage where you want things, okay, organized. So when things begin to go wrong from when it's organized, you just sort of get angry because I don't know. I kind of feel that these days, okay? If I expect my microphone to be this, on my camera to be that, if I expect my teacup to be next to my kettle, right? And then my honey next to it. So if I get there, and the cup is not there, and my honey is not there, I quickly just get so in like, oh, damn it, man. And I'm saying, is it? And I never used to be like that. All of them way older than me. Tell me, do you become more organized and get angry when you get disorganized? No?
Baba, make you speak our own normal English, Baba, na normal thing to every human being.
But does that have to do with age?
Two ways, though. See, one, it has something to do with age. That is one.
Okay.
Two, sometimes it has something to do with our upbringing in Africa. Hey, Baba, I'm telling you, there is a day my son was like, Dad, I know you've got a terrible upbringing in Africa, the way you always tell me about Africa. But it's not every time I did something wrong, you just start getting upset with me like that. Sometimes I don't know what I'm just a kid, Dad. Baba, I nearly they come out water for high that day with this boy. 9 years
Disarm
old.
you without touching you, like,
that's true. This man, not every time when I do something wrong, now how are they para for me like this? Just para. I know.
Because you know why I remember that now is that you see that yesterday, right? I always love my things organized before I even turn on my camera, right? Now, if I turn the camera on and things started going somehow, that moment, oh no. This is not going well. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to close it now and go fix it. Some people were telling me yesterday to continue and take calls. I was like, no, my brain is already like...
want you to continue. The day my son told me this thing, we are just in his room. Because anytime he came back from school, in the next 10 minutes, I just want to check his room.
Yeah.
Okay, did you put your trouser away? Okay, did you put your shirt in the laundry? Did you hang this? Did you put your tie where it's supposed to be? One day the boy was just like, Dad, you need to take it easy with me. I'm just a kid. I know you told me about your upbringing. It's not everything you start shouting at me. Baba, I just come out inside house for this boy. Carry my jacket, walk out, go my garage.
Say, Baba,
go sit down, think with me. Upbringing, no.
Is that why? Okay. Because Baba, even before I kind of speak out as well, majority of them, we know our environment, we hold them back and say, well, you know what, I can't react the way I want to react. But you get to a point where you just be like, I'm angry right now, simply because something that needed to actually be done is not done rightly and all that.
Right.
And I just feel like, you know what, I'm just going to take a moment back.
It's natural. We are all human.
Let's talk about yesterday, because you were watching.
Really, Baba, that yesterday, well, let me put it this way. First, I'll put it in pidgin English. Right. Make I tell all this our Japa people. My own blood sister, my immediate sister, we princess meets when they go do all this our giving out for Cotonou.
Yeah.
The only son, when my sister was, she's okay on her own. She has like 4 filling stations in a lorry there, and she was like, but I mean, when my son finished serving, I want him to come UK. I said to her, come. I won't advise you to send your son to UK. I know you can afford the school fees. The cheapest I can get for him here is between 15,000 or 17,000 pounds. You can afford it. But to me, I always tell you as blood sister, I never like British people for anything. I don't hide it. I always said it to Princess anytime me and Princess see. I've come to Nigeria twice this year now. I always, people always tell me as if there are people around me. If I tell them that, come, the way I'm saying, the first time I moved down here in 2015, Baba, I'm supposed to take, I run back to Nigeria first, from Nigeria back to Sweden. I didn't come here till after 8 months. I was like, what? What kind of system is this?
You know?
It is when I get here, I started hearing that there are people in this system, 20, 25, 30 something years. They don't have paper. Baba, they don't have paper. And you are taking tax from them. They are working.
They are taking money
they are
from you, doing everything and all that. Yeah.
And
you just existing.
What kind of wicked people are these people? But when I tell people around me, they'll be like, Baba, maybe it's because of the money, the NHS of charge, the 2 years renewal you are paying to them. That is, I say, no, that is not the reason. You people are not seeing it the way I'm seeing it. You understand me? These people, with the money they are taking from you, you have no cost to public refund, nothing.
At all.
Even
if you lose your job, if they take your tax for, let's say they take your tax for 10 years, right? 10 years you've been paying and all of that, then you lose your job. You cannot go and say, I need help now, like, let me benefit from the system. No, you can't.
Nothing. You can't take anything. So that is why I said yesterday that it will come to a time, all of us here, as you said yesterday, will be seeing, you know what they call buy gala, buy pure water. You know, when I say hold up.
We're going to see them for hold up for London right now.
No, for Nigeria now. When the time reach, they're not going to tell anybody. See, people doesn't think back. You know why I say so? You know, there are people like my father-in-law. When he came to this country to come and study, you know, they gave them that in the right of abode. Right of abode. Is it right of abode or right of abode?
Right of abode or something like that. Yeah, it's like you can stay here for as long as you want. It's similar to that. What's that one called again? Indefinite stay now.
Man, yeah.
It used to be called right of abode.
Lot of them, during the time of Gowon, a lot of them that went back to Nigeria, that believe, Nigeria is okay. We are going back when they are paying Doji money. You know, a lot of them, they lose that right of abode. British just bring one useless immigration policy.
Just
now, my father-in-law, my father-in-law, if he come here, he need to take visa. A lot of people that gave birth to their children here, and they took them out to Nigeria or other African country, they brought them back without paper. They don't recognize them as British citizens. I always tell them that, you see, them calling you a British citizen. I'm British. I always tell my son, anytime we are talking and they say I'm British, I say, shut up. You are not a British. You are a British by birth. You are a Yoruba boy from Egbaland for Igbori. What did I tell you? I'm a Begutani. So don't be telling me I'm British. No. You understand? Because they might bring one policy tomorrow, my God, as you said, and ask everybody to live stylishly.
That's it.
And there is nothing we can do about it. Because anybody, you understand me? But some people will be telling you,
I hear that all the time. Typically, they will say, no, it's not possible. It's not.
I will tell you, the day I'm leaving Nigeria like this, airport, Nigeria.
Nigeria. If we see again, Baba, we go see Nigeria with the way things are going right now and the way the world is going. You go see Nigeria quicker than you can think.
After yesterday's program, me and Princess, we talked for like almost 1 hour. I make a proverb to Princess. I said, my sister, in Yoruba, owe konwa, si aba mi ma npa. Baba mi ani, ti o ba ya omo ye nwere. You understand me? If you don't make your siblings, maybe your blood brother or your blood sister run mad, your step siblings will not see you and run away. So Obako will need ye, ko salugbo to ba ya mo ye nwere. That is what they do.
Somebody who can do this to his own blood.
Yes. To his own blood. Yeah, that is they prefer the what they call it, the Eastern Europeans than us. You understand me?
They do.
That is what they did to the Eastern European during after the Brexit. Baba, you know how many Eastern Europeans with my
you go to say Romania. You go to say Romania people are some people from Afghanistan. The way they present them in this country, right? When you see them, they are Romanians. You know what I mean? After Brexit, see what it has become.
Baba, Baba, I was working with President Council, and I'm doing one warehouse job, AO electronics, weekends. Then 80% of all of us with the work there, 80% out of all of us, they are all Eastern Romania. All this Portuguese, Romania, Poland, Moldova, so you understand me? But after Brexit, I don't see anyone again.
Disappeared.
So if they fit do that to these Eastern Europeans, Baba, we, what we call ourselves. No, I'm not talking about Nigeria alone. No,
no, not just black. I mean Nigeria.
The Africans, we, the Africans as a whole, make we wait for our own time
and never say it's something is not
generation. No, you understand me, Baba? If you not be this generation, no, you understand me. But see, they plant those things inside their coming generation
of their children. And now, should be not here with they.
You see this? Say immigrants, there no be anything for us. So now what they plan? And make you check that man where they read that thing, Baba. That man a black man like me now.
James cleverly. I heard that he's from Zimbabwe or something. I mean, his own parents they are from Zimbabwe or something like that.
I go check that. See, I go back go check. Listen, watch that man very well. That man a darky like me. Now they against us will be darky. You go imagine.
So, Richie.
Somebody go tell me.
Where is Richie from?
They don't feel wake up tomorrow tell us, say, yeah, but you need British Pali, I need British Pali. Oh, yeah, bedway, my lord. Make all of us they prepare to go back, go fight all those evil men and evil men who be our politicians. Now the only savior, now the only thing we save us be that.
Thank you.
Make we forget all these things we dey talk. So, Baba, make you take care, Jare.
And now, Baba, thank you very much.
Up and down.
Nice one, Baba. Sorry, that's a room mole, and I believe that some of you are just interested in reacting to that of yesterday. I'm so sorry that I couldn't really take it further than that. So it's,
hey, you know, 002.
How are you? Hello there.
My good general.
How are you?
A long time ago.
It's not looking that we are so busy, you know. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, how are you, Baba?
Yeah. I'm good. Are you?
Very well.
How's family doing?
Well, we are here. Thanks for asking. And how are yours too, by the way?
Yes. I'm trying. I'm pushing. I've been trying to call you the day you say you want to go to Nigeria. 002. 002. If you remember what Nnamdi Kanu said before, he said they should watch you. He has a reason why he said they should watch you. 002. Now you are 003. I'm just coding you now. You are now 003.
Okay.
The priority has changed. You are now 003. And now this is 01.
I can't just take any risk just anyhow. Tell me more.
The reason why they deny you visa is best known to those who that deny you. They won't tell you. They don't want it to happen on their sword. So EPA is 002 now. It's more priority than you. You are now 003.
Wow. It's on their radar.
A lot is on the table. A lot is on the table. A lot is on the table.
And we cannot.
So you can't just let it go. Don't just risk it. There's someone that was telling you that they're like, just don't move this. They know what they are saying. Some people will not say what I'm saying now.
Well, a lot will have
so I'm just telling you,
including myself.
Yeah, I'm just telling you now. The way I'm telling you, those people will be like, why this? Some might know who's talking. Some might not know who's not talking. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
When what I know, the priority has changed. You are not 002. You are 003. The day I heard that, I was like, is it James Bond? Is my good James Bond? No.
Well, if you read the comments now, a lot of people are already identifying us 007 and the rest. Like, okay, we are an army.
So I was like,
we are an army.
007 is what I know. So now, why number 2? And what I'm saying now, when I'm comes out and try to analyze what I'm saying, you will understand what I'm saying.
At least we'll remember. And that's why we call this the diary anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a diary. We will open it up again.
So
when that time comes, yeah.
After him, you are the next target. Because you are a threat.
I thought you said that EPA was in the middle. Then next, well, because
EPA is no longer. EPA is behind you. EPA is behind you before. But now, if you look at what is going on now,
wow.
Now they change the narrative now. EPA is now more.
Yeah, because you are so
important to. Yeah. So you're a threat to some kind of people.
Right.
So they want that thing to stop.
Thank you very much for that.
So if they get in Namdekano, they get you, things will calm down. Let me not boss you a little people that were calling like Yoruba Nation, whatever. People are thinking like Yoruba Nation was even more alive because of you. You are not talking directly, but what you are saying is making people still have that mind. That this is still going to happen. No, it's still going to happen.
Because it is going to happen.
Yeah. Then my second point, so I can give other people chance.
Right,
because I'm not even here to discuss
but at least the more the little you can drop is enough for the smart to decode. So we are following you. Go on. Second point.
Yeah. So the second point is I can hear you saying, you guys would like, we are 4,000. Mind you, if you remember what I said before the election, like whatever you see on your broadcast, look, give 2 days or a day and see the news in Nigeria, the politician strategies, what the Water House is, they are on your program.
Right.
At least on your program alone, Nigeria officials, non-officials, there are more than 2,000 there every day. So if you see like 2,000 plus, so just know that people that are for you, they are just about 500, 200 there.
Others are just like trying to read the room. Thank you for that.
That is it. So they are just like, if you just go and look at the newspaper in Nigeria and look at what you say. Like what we are discussing now, watch for tomorrow newspaper or next tomorrow. You see that they will say similar thing. They will change like kind of change the narrative a little bit and make it okay, this was going on.
That we do have, there are so many things that we are kind of a hammer here that ended up being sort of, well, people come back to say, oh, my God, you said it like I predicted. So they call me prophet. But you seems to get it that this is not prophecy. It's some people who are hanging on here, watching like everyone and using that. I get you. I get you.
It is not because they watch you.
They do.
You know that they watch you very well.
No, they do.
And they submit their reports. When they submit their reports, they review and they take another step.
And see what they do next. Thank you very much, Baba. But take another one. You've given us an head start, and I promise you, right? I promise you, you can just be rest assured.
So just watch the way you are doing. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Because I know if they finish with EPA, you are next.
I hope they will never finish with
Igboho is just a coincidence.
Somebody means that probably if they win. So I would say they never have a chance of finishing.
I would not say they win. It kind of minimize what is doing. That's like the way they minimize Kano and Igboho now.
It's almost the same. I mean, if they do something to neutralize me by cutting my platform to oh, hang on, I think I have a frozen screen now. But however, thank you so much, sir. Okay, I'm going to take another one, and please continue watching. Okay, thanks a lot.
All right. Have a nice day.
And you too. Thank you.
Long time. Oh, why? How are you? You didn't miss me. How are you? Yes.
Sorry, I sort of froze there. Okay, so I have another caller on the line. Can you hear me?
I noticed. Yes.
Great.
Yes, I can hear you.
How are you, sir?
And then, I'm looking at you on my television screen as well. So you are no longer frozen. You are not frozen now.
Well, I'm back now.
Again,
I'm back now. Not frozen. Like.
Oh, fantastic! Yes, this is your brother Anthony from Austin, Texas.
Anthony from Austin.
Yes.
You know something about Texans, right? Is that you are going to hear Austin and then Houston. Yeah. And sometimes if people who are not familiar, they will think you are actually saying the same thing. No, you are talking about two big places, two big cities.
Two big cities.
You know what I mean?
As a matter of fact,
yes, sir.
As a matter of fact, Austin is the capital of Texas. But a lot of people don't know. People think that Houston is the capital of Texas, but it is not.
So what makes
it is not
popular then? Is it more busier, bigger?
No, it's just like, let us use our country, Nigeria, as an example.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, if you talk about Nigeria, most people that know about Nigeria knows Lagos. They don't know Abuja.
Mm-hmm.
But Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. If you talk about the economic nerve center of Texas, that should be Houston. But the seat of power is Austin.
Right. It's like talking about Scotland too, right? A lot of people hear about Glasgow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or Edinburgh.
Exactly.
Is the capital of Scotland.
It's
the seat of authority.
God bless you. Yes. Well, New York is more popular than Washington, D.C. We all know that.
I know. And meanwhile, Washington is the seat of power.
God bless you. So anyway, let me quickly.
It is happening. Times Square and all of that.
New York is where it is happening. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Anthony.
First of all, let me appreciate you one more time, as we always do. Thank you so much for the Temple of Truth, and then let me use the opportunity to ask you, how is the main Temple of Truth? How is it coming along? You and I discussed it last time. And I told you that you told me about the place you are trying to acquire for the main Temple of Truth, which I told you that the moment it's starting, I will be one of your first
donors. And I said, the moment I found it, you will be one of those to hear it first. Okay? I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay? The plan is that normally I need to get a space, a place where I could actually have people sit with me like this as I'm doing my program. No distraction and nothing.
Yeah, on a round table, correct.
Yes, like a round table convo, you know. You could even fly in from Austin. Like, you're going to Nigeria, you know, I'll say, why don't you stop in Glasgow for a day?
Sure.
My platform could put you in a very nice hotel overnight. So let's have a chat before you continue the journey tomorrow. That's my idea,
Fantastic.
right? It's currently I'm working on it, you know. So the moment I get this signal, I'm going to announce it here, and I'll make it happen.
Perfect.
I am
perfect. Even before that happens, if anytime I'm going to Nigeria and I have to stop in the UK, be rest assured you're going to see me. We can have a lunch or dinner, and we can go over a lot of things.
I would love that.
That would be my.
I've had people who came from the US. I have a friend who he flew from the US, right? And then he came down here and he spent about a week here. Okay, and I have to promise you this, right? Is one of those memorable moments I've had with my friends that I only met through this platform. It's such an amazing person.
Yeah.
So I would love to see you. I promise.
Absolutely. Okay. Let me quickly. I have already into my time.
We are doing acquaintances. You get that? Like
absolutely.
Now let's deal with. Let's talk about today's deal, please.
Okay. Yes. Let me quickly talk about the incidents that happened in Kaduna. And the truth of the matter is that these things are deliberate. The people know what they are doing.
They do.
All these shenanigans that is going on in Nigeria, nobody will tell you that this was a mistake. They can lie all they want, but this is intentional.
It is.
And if we can, assuming there's anybody that can advise people from that community, do not abandon that community, because the excess of this bomb they dropped is to get people to run away from that community. Maybe there's something that have found under their soil that they want to go and explore.
Why are you clever? Why are you so clever like this in your thought? And I just feel like you are talking in my brain. I feel like I'm the one talking, right? But that voice is just in my brain. Like, how could you be so clever? Go on.
Well, you see, we are Nigerians. We have seen things happen, and we know that these people, these bloodsuckers, prefer their personal pockets more than the life of the citizens. And nobody will tell you. Intel is something that you don't just make this kind of bloody mistake.
No.
Intel will tell you that they could send people to go and solve. Intelligence is not that horrible that you would throw a bomb in the midst of this kind of people and you think that it was through intelligence report and that it was a mistake. It is no mistake.
No.
It is intentional.
It is.
They just want to scare people out of that community. And in a few weeks and months to come, is either you see the Chinese people sneaking, the Chinese people sneaking in there under the protection of our law enforcement agents and all that. But I pray that there will be some people from that community that probably are listening into this your program to put their eye on ground, or possibly just stay their ground and say they are not running even after all so many people that would have died. But fear is one thing that you really can't be too sure about. So that is my thought.
That is a very great info you just dropped there. A lot of people who are listening to you right now possibly just sat in front of their TV doing like this. That's true.
I don't believe one bit that was a mistake.
It wasn't.
And again, whatever it was, can you imagine a situation where a president of a country, the armed forces, your own security agents, this happened, whether it is a mistake or deliberate, and you are somewhere in a country where that we do not even need to be there in reality. This is a man that said during the campaign that if they want us to be part of a climate change discussion, that they have to pay us for it, because it is not what we are even interested in. Because what do we emit in our country that pollutes the climate? And this is the person who said the one. Yes, compared to this, this is somebody who said that climate change is like a rat.
No, it's a poisoned rat. I'm sorry, it's a rat. It's a church rat.
Eating a poisoned Holy Communion.
Yes,
a church rat eating a communion. Which till today we don't even know what that means. So let me quickly touch on that. Let me quickly touch on that on the COP28.
Okay, go on.
See, this man knows that he did not win election. This man knows how unpopular he is. What he's doing is a publicity stunt. That crowd you see is to portray acceptance of his own people from his country. He wants to give a picture that my people loves me. You remember Idi Amin of Uganda, how he talked about everybody loves me. My people want me. This is what this illegitimate president is trying to portray to the world.
And he will do it at any cost.
and he will do it at any cost. And I can bet you, if Nigerians don't rise up, and this man is even able to stay for the next 4 years, this administration will have nothing to offer Nigerians other than to begin to do everything possible on the publicity aspect to keep themselves relevant.
Isn't it obvious?
And it is obvious. It is completely obvious. So for me, let nobody think, and of course, whether he's bringing 1 million people to the street, they will all go because they are all looking for their extra codes. They are looking for their allowances. That is all they are interested in. So the truth of the matter is that we are in a deep hole. And the earlier we start digging out ourselves out of this hole, the better. So I will also want to quickly suggest that, like you are my own GO. The other people can have other GOs that they want to have. I don't have any problem with anybody who want to worship in any temple of their choice.
It is their choice.
But in this temple, I am also making another quick suggestion.
Please.
Listen, my own general. This temple must have also pastors. And I'm not talking about pastors that will come to the pulpit to preach.
Not that one.
I'm talking about pastors that can have...
Just call them the truth merchants. We need truth merchants that will stay truthful in their calling.
You can call them...
So if we call you to come and be one of us, and we say you are a truth merchant, or a pastor, or whatever you want to call yourself, right? Let's even say a truth merchant. It's a calling. You must stay on the path of truth. Sounds good. Anthony, go on.
And simple. This will be something I think will have to be on the back channel. It doesn't even have to. You can bring people to the studio by the time the main temple is ready. By the special grace of God, we have the main temple. You can bring people there. But this set of people I'm talking about should be your backroom guys. You can call them your think tanks that can discuss things at the back channel. These people, you know your people. And you begin to filter your people gradually. Whether they are 5, whether they are 10, whether they are 20, they are up to you. You can have a WhatsApp group with them that discusses critical things, because there's a lot of things I as a person want to discuss with you that I can't say in this public forum.
I get that. Now,
and I'm sure that there's a lot of people.
I love all your ideas. I'm not going to lie, right? And then I can promise you this, right? That majority of all these ideas, I always kind of put them down. You are just going to see so many of them happening, and you will remember. Oh, I remember telling him. He didn't even say he was going to do it. Now he's doing what I told him. Just watch out.
Okay,
I will work on those.
Fantastic.
I will.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have that. Thank you, then Anthony. There is also, I was also thinking, because to message you, sometimes I know a bunch of messages come. Which one can you see? Which one will you not see? So I know there's a group that has a letter that I would want you to see. And this letter, this is a group that came up with ideas that to me are very solid. Because, in our country, we quickly get swallowed by events that are coming. Because this APC government from 2015 to today, no matter how bad an incident is, the one that will be worse than that one that happened yesterday will happen tomorrow.
Still will happen.
And before you know it, we would have moved on from the event of yesterday. And we're talking about the event of today. And we're thinking, as bad as we think that the event of today is, God forbid, I'm not wishing that on my country or anybody. Something will happen 3-4 days after that will forget the event of today.
I know.
The truth of the matter is that the person who is parading himself as Nigerian president today is an illegitimate president.
And is a threat to our own liberty.
It's a threat to our national security.
Of free bonds.
So this letter, this letter that is prepared is to say we are seeking to the fact that, yes, Supreme Court has ruled, but Supreme Court is not the last. The people are the last voice that determines who rules them.
That's right.
Dati Baba Ahmed said that. This man is illegitimate, one, because his presidency violates the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You cannot forge and become a president. You cannot be indicted in a criminal case and you become a president. No. So it is a voice that we want to be amplified. And I'm a part of this group. And I'm saying that I would want you to read that letter if you think it's something that, because we want a situation where this can go
let me tell you
viral.
my own personality, Anthony, right?
Yes.
See,
yes,
anybody or any group, right, that is working, okay, to ensure that the current constituted establishment in Nigeria, which I have done so many analyses and exposed a lot about, any group, as long as it is non-violent, like publicly bragging of being, you know, I don't want that.
Totally non-violent.
No, hang on. I
Totally
just want to tell you
non-violent.
me. I want to tell you me now, okay? For me,
yes.
every of such group, anybody we want drag Nigeria criminal system and the entire, even if you are like working to bring and break and destroy the entire establishment, you will be my friend. Okay, we can discuss the terms and what have you when they are destroyed. So that's why I said on Mayegun's Diary Political, when you see everyone, I am doing everything to make everybody understand that we all have common enemy, one single one. And it doesn't matter who is in charge of that system, whether it's a Igbo man or a Hausa man, a Christian or a Muslim, it doesn't matter. That system has to be. It's only when that system is destroyed that will stop producing these criminals. So if you are all for it, I'm your friend. So don't ever doubt that if you are interested, Mayegun. As long as you are not openly advocating for violence, right?
No.
This
has nothing to do. This is peaceful.
And I'm interested.
This is peaceful resistance, and it starts with even calling out our leaders, Obi, Obasanjo, everybody. This is no longer non-political, totally non-political. And the question is, are we moving on? Are we as a nation, as a people, accepting that our constitution has been trashed, that this person will remain as the president, where we know that everything from the perjury, from the dual nationality, Supreme Court did not answer any of those questions, including 25%. And that's why they have not given P2B and the Labour Party the certified true copy of that judgment, because
you know they cannot. It's true. Do you know that, Anthony? I'm glad you mentioned that. Sorry to cut you short, sir. Okay, like you mentioned, and I wanted to, for our listeners to also probably know this, that the Supreme Court of Nigeria did not give judgment on Peter Obi versus INEC versus Tinubu versus Shittima case up to this day.
Correct.
They gave a judgment to Atiku. The consummate Obi used the judgment as well. Meanwhile, the Obi's prayers and case is completely different from Atiku's, right? But today, the Supreme Court of Nigeria did not give judgment in Obi.
And I will tell you, why.
Please continue.
And I will tell our listeners why.
Yes, please.
Those judges don't want to own any judgment in that direction, because anything they said, anything will they pass a judgment there, is either they do the right thing, which will take this man out of office, or they will indict themselves for something they would not want to put their fingerprint on. They don't want to own it. They don't want to own that judgment. And I bet you, if we don't force them to own it, few years down the line, this government might win an election somewhere, and something will happen that they will reverse themselves on this judgment day.
Again.
They have just given. So the thing is that they have not passed judgment on it. So you cannot even claim, you and I, or any other person listening, cannot claim that the Supreme Court have ruled that 25% in Abuja is not necessary.
They didn't do anything about exactly. They just amen.
They didn't. And they did not also rule that forging certificate is illegal. They did not rule that somebody having dual nationality, if your passport expired, doesn't mean your citizenship have expired.
No.
Is a big fat lie. They know it. They don't want to own it. And we are all moving on. So this group is saying we are not moving on. You haven't ruled on it. Rule on it if you have the gut. Rule on it.
Have the gut.
And if you don't rule on it,
forgery is fine. Forfeiture is fine.
Yes.
All these things are fine. Then we can move on.
And if you don't rule on it, then the person who is sitting there as a president is illegitimate.
It is
and has to go.
I know. Anthony, So I will look forward to that.
Let me stop here. On this number, I will forward you that letter, and I hope you see it. That's the problem.
After the program, because when I'm expecting a message, right? I always do go back to check and see if I'll see the message.
Okay, please.
Dr. Damages has been trying to reach me for a while now. I even have a friend who continued to send a message to me about what that is all about. But guess what? I have not been able to meet up. Somehow I missed the message in there.
This is. I think we have to employ. We have to employ a PA for you. We need to employ a PA.
You need to see my screen, Anthony. Right? I've got 55,000 missed calls. I understand that there are people who call me like 50 times, 100 times, and they won't get in. Okay?
I know.
But look at this. I've got. I have here 92,000 unread messages. But
that's why you need a PA.
I can't read
this. If I'm in Scotland, I'll be your PA. If I were to be in Scotland, I would just volunteer for free to be your PA to go through this and give you the ones that are relevant. You know, so you only need the relevant ones. Some are just wise guess suggestions.
See, Anthony, I'm missing out on great stuff inside that messages.
Absolutely,
I just couldn't.
I can tell you that.
Because if everybody sees me, how I kind of put my programs together. You see this program that we come to do for 3 hours, right? I spend more than more than 15 hours putting that together a whole day. Sometimes before I go to bed, right, I'll begin to pick things I want to say tomorrow, right from this evening until I sleep off.
I know.
So then adding reading the messages to them, people may not understand. I feel bad.
It's like
missing out.
24 hours will not be enough for you. Anyways, just know that I'm going to get this either on Facebook. I will try to push it anyhow for you to read this letter and understand the concept behind it.
Thank you so much.
All right, I appreciate you. And let me give other people the chance to speak.
It's been a
God
pleasure.
Bless you.
It has been a pleasure. It's great to hear from you again.
Yes, sir.
Very important that I didn't miss your call. Okay, so thank you.
Absolutely.
You have a good one, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That's a wonderful man over there, Anthony, my own friend from Austin. He still called me Gio instead of OG. I hope charm will be different. Are you there?
I'm fine. Yeah.
I'm
here.
Oh well, this evening.
I'm fine, thank you. Great show as usual.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, brethren, Lady Charm, please. Go on.
Okay, so I wanted to, the previous caller, is it Anthony?
That would be the previous before you. Yeah, Anthony.
Yes. He actually, I was saying yesterday you should take the calls because there was something I wanted to speak to you to comment on regarding not just what was going on in Britain, but also the bomb that was dropped in Kaduna. Right. Now to confirm exactly what he was saying, right? Because I also thought there are two ways I was looking at it. It's either the bombing was intentional, just like the previous caller said, because they may have identified some resources on that land that they desire. Yes. That's one. And the only way to actually confirm that is what is happening, if we go back, because you have actually identified all the so-called mistaken bombings that have been going on.
Accidental bombing.
So-called accidental bombings that have been going on, 16 of them over the past decade, right? That's right? Now, if we want to confirm exactly what Anthony is saying, we need to go back to all
Charm, just for us to make sure that for our listeners to know fact from wrong, okay? You see, this 16 bombing, right? They were actually put back to just about 2 years, starting from 2000. Just about 6 years, starting from 2017. That was when they started documenting this.
The bombings, right? Mm-hmm. The so-called accidental bombings.
Sure, go on.
Okay, so now what we will need to do to confirm exactly the previous callers and even to my own suspicions as well is to find out exactly what happened to those locations after the bombing. Now, if we're able to confirm that there are minerals being mined in those places and that there's stuff going on there, then we can know for a fact that this was not a mistake. This was intentional in order to mine their resources without asking them or maybe committing, getting some commitment for them, right?
Yes.
Now, the second way you can also look at this bombing is that we have some bad faith actors in the Air Force. It has been maybe infiltrated by Boko Haramists or whatever. Now, because if they say that they're fighting, or that they thought that the terrorists were there and that was the reason why they were bombing, then maybe somebody doesn't want them to be bombed. So in order to say, okay, we're going to do, because, there's an order given that we should bomb such and such, we will just give them wrong locations and they will bomb innocent people, right? So that is another.
It's also another perspective. Angle. Yes, now.
That is another angle that you can consider, because we know that the so-called terrorists are being funded by the politicians themselves. They utilize them for their own selfish interests.
That's right.
Now, so if they went ahead and actually gave them the right coordinates to where those people are, that would be loss of resources for them. And in order to mitigate that, they bomb just any random place, without thinking about the consequences, which is, of course, the loss of lives that we've seen. So there are two dimensions. There are two ways you can look at it: mineral resources or bad faith actors who know exactly what they're doing and have been instructed to do so.
Those who have already compromised the chain of intelligence, passing intelligence and all that. Who could have? Anything is possible in a corrupt system. That's what we are all saying,
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Yeah, anything is possible in a corrupt system. So these are two ways. And but in order to the other argument Anthony was making, or the other opinion he was giving, like you said, it's a corrupt society. These things can happen. But if we want to confirm that that's what's actually going on, we have to go back to the ones that have been bombed before. Exactly, to find out exactly what's the outcome of the people living of that land, to find out whether or not it's being mined, or if the people are still thriving as a community in those places, right? Anyway, that's
one very, very, very big observation that you kind of pointed out. Enough that even everyone who's seated there right now are interested. I mean, is interested in, let's go check what happened to those places they made those mistakes. Are people still living there?
Exactly.
Or they have changed them to IDP camps after the camera was
Can
off?
you even exactly? Can you even access those places?
Because can we even access those places, by the way?
Yes. Would they even let people near there? Because when people are aware that, they're actually mining resources from there, then obviously, I mean, if they do it, we have 17, 16, like you said.
Yes.
If 10 out of the 16, they're all being
like they are now ghost places, like ghost towns, and we realize that they are now no longer accessible, then that's a theory.
Then we know that
they're proven right.
Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, that's regarding the bombing.
I'm going to go look around. And one thing, right? One thing everyone can count on is that if I find something, I'm going to say something. You know that?
We'll be waiting.
Great.
We'll be
so you just give me a sort of a lead. I'm going to go look around, okay, and see what happens to these places, because we have names of those places. We do.
Exactly. Now, with regards to what everybody has been talking about, and I 100% agree with you. I know a lot of people calling us, say, giving up on a country like Nigeria, The truth is that you can never give up. Anybody who doesn't learn from history is bound to make the same mistakes. They did it to the Germans, did it to the Jews. Okay, the Nazis did it to the Jews. They found a reason to expel them from their country.
That's all
right. So let us not ask, like, they cannot expel us. I think you are in the UK, so you know about the. I've forgotten what they call the. I don't know whether they're West Indians or Jamaicans that came to the country.
The Jamaicans
and helped build the roads and train tracks, and I don't know.
No,
and then
I'll tell you, right? They came. I think they call it. What's it called again? Something rush. Oh my! Anyway, they came
wind rush,
among others.
The wind rush. The
something
wind
rush. I don't know. I don't think it's gold rush. It's something rush. Anyway, right?
No, it's wind rush.
Oh, it's wind rush. Bless you. Now they came here as workers, and they were promised like these two. Man, in 50s, that they should come and build all those underground trains.
Exactly.
They built them, they work like for real. And they made them believe that they are British too.
Exactly.
When they told all of them
like
to leave 40 years after.
This was 1950. So this was in the 1950s they did that.
Yes.
And when they did what they did, asking them to leave, them and their generations that came after them.
We are talking about generations that were born here. Oh. This one, they didn't bring them. Oh. They were born here.
They didn't bring them. The ones that were born there,
told them to
right?
Go.
They told them to go.
That's
and then it became an issue because I mean the optics were wrong. You people asked these people to come in here. And that was the only reason why this stopped. But the point I'm trying to make is that we can't be more Oyibo than the Oyibo people. No. We cannot know the English more than them. They will write something into the law and ask us to leave or minimize our, how I put it, our impact on their society.
That's right.
You understand? So if we act like, we've escaped, oh my gosh, we've escaped, then we're really fooling ourselves because these people can do anything that they want to do. We will only be successful as a strong continent, as a strong people, that they know that they can't, they can't treat us anyhow. As it is right now, they can do anything they want to do because we are basically at their mercy, So, I think just to buttress the point that you made, and I say this, if there's anything anyone is organizing, please put it out there so that we can all, if it's
So Cham, you are also like others who say, some people will be like, Baba, anywhere they are dragging Nigeria. If you see some people that have given up on Nigeria completely, their own way is this. See, anywhere where they drag Nigeria, if I sleep, please wake me. I have to be there.
Yes.
I have to.
I want to go there.
I have
and
to.
In fact,
so you are also ready for the violence.
Oh yes, we are ready for that violence. If Tinubu is coming to, if we know anyone that is coming to, whether it's New York or wherever, and you put, let's organize and go.
Because we do need that, Charm. You do.
We need to.
We need groups who are consistent. Okay, we don't want chancers. Those who are going to use the next 4 years to build career, pretending they are on our side. Meanwhile, they are only looking for a place on the table. So a lot of us have seen enough, but when we see your genuity and consistency, I think we all need it now. We do.
We all do. We all need that. And I don't think there's really, because what else can we say about the security in the country? We can talk for days about the security.
How are you going to convince us that we are wrong? When indeed the failure is staring all of us on the face. So I get that.
Exactly. The failure is staring all of us in the face. The country is practically collapsing. Procter & Gamble, like you said, leaving the country. Manufacturing going out of the window. No production, no nothing. And like you said, leaving the people how I put it, bringing all adulterated goods or things that are not up to standard, right? I know there's an opportunity there, but the country is not in the right situation to take advantage of those opportunities, because you say if the country was a manufacturing country, you say okay, maybe other small industries will rise up in place of Procter & Gamble, but we don't have the infrastructure, we don't even have the resources or the money even at this point in time.
They do have the resources right before our very eyes. They are disbursing the resources on frivolities while the main sectors they continue to suffer. So where is the hope coming from?
There's no hope coming from anywhere. This is a criminal government, right? And even if there's any intention now, if there's any intent to do the right thing, because it is a bloated government filled with criminals, they cannot achieve anything. No. There's not, even if Tinubu dreams that, hopes that he can do something, he can't.
He can't.
Because he has a bloated government filled with criminals whose only motive and intention is to steal and leave the people impoverished. So there's no, and again, we actually also need to be and we should just not be looking at our politicians. We should be calling out also the Western governments as well, because they're not being very helpful. They're not being very helpful with regards to this, with regards to our own democracy, so-called democracy that they want to promote, right? You can't have the German chancellor coming to Nigeria every now and then. We need to be asking him, what are you doing with this criminal? The Nigerians who are Germans and they're in there, what are you doing? You need to be asking Ola Shoes, what are you doing in Nigeria with this criminal, Tinubu, a confirmed drug addict?
Like you're going to arrest us if we have a criminal record that we're once a drug dealer. If I put it in my visa application that I'm a drug dealer in Nigeria,
exactly,
and I'm
will you give me
to
that
the US,
visa?
you're never going to let me. If I'm a drug dealer or a money launderer from Nigeria, you're not going to let me come into the UK, right?
Listen,
then you are now profiling us for the criminality of these rogues, and you are
of another person.
legitimizing.
Exactly, you are profiling Nigerians for the criminality of their leader. But meanwhile, you are not doing anything about him. How does that make any kind of sense? You know. Anyway, I'm sure there are other people who want to call in and talk.
I'm just going to take just one single one more. And Charm, it's been a pleasure as usual. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Michael.
You have a good one, man. So that's Charm. I have one more last caller, even though my time is really up, but I bet a lot of you who missed yesterday time to really express yourselves. I would love to do that tonight, but this is my last caller, and it happens to be the Prince. The Prince. Prince Jejeman. Are you still there? Okay. I think I must have... Oh, hang on. I thought I actually got you. But I didn't.
Sure.
The Prince.
Hello, my good general.
How are you, Baba?
Baba, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Are you?
Well, I'm here. At least, anytime we will not see my face like that, when, it's just to tell you that I'm still alive. So, yeah, I'm here. And I thank God for that. So, how are you too, the Prince?
I'm fine, Baba. Nothing to you. Well done.
Bless you. Thank you. Please.
Yeah, thank you. You are representing millions and millions of people. Oh.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate you. You understand?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Baba, I want to throw shook mouth for this soldiers will go kill Nigerians. To start with, I think this was in Kaduna that this happened.
Yes, so Kaduna, it happened in Kaduna, to Dunbiri.
Is this southern Kaduna or northern Kaduna? Where did it happen?
It is in the, it's actually in the northern Kaduna part. Yes. That's one reason why he pained them, because they were celebrating the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Remember? When they dropped the bomb on them. Not once, so twice. They did it once. Wow. They came back again, drop another one. But they said it's a mistake. And right now they believe that Tinubu is killing them. Okay? Because it happened in northern Kaduna.
My good general,
yes,
you see, they say if something happened once, happened twice, and happened 3 times, it's no longer a mistake.
It is no longer a mistake.
You understand? Now we are counting.
That's what they say. They say if it happens first time, it may be a mistake. If it happens the second time, it is not a mistake. It is intentional. Now, when it happens the third time, now it becomes a pattern. Okay, it's no longer like intentional alone. Okay, it's no longer a mistake. It's no longer intentional. It is now a pattern, and that's what we have in our hand.
And now we are counting 16 times.
That's the official one, no. They didn't count all the bombings in Obigbo, the bombings in Olu, Osu. Those are the ones I remember, sir. But yeah, 16.
Biafra land on the count time.
That one will be official. Okay.
That one na righteousness. You know, for Nigeria. Na righteousness. So bomb Biafra. It has become part of their righteousnus.
Imagine bombing people inside their home, old people, vulnerable people. You bomb them inside their home. You said you are looking for IPOB, you are looking for ESN. Of course, you are not looking for them, but they will record it as a wrong bombing because it happened in the East. Please, Prince.
My Nigeria is a crime scene.
Absolutely.
The good thing about it now is that the whole world is officially known to them that Nigeria is a crime scene. The president is irreparable damages, a Supreme Court president, and we also have a governor who is also irreparable damages, a Supreme Court governor in Imo State. You understand? So it's a pattern. You see, this crime is a pattern. Mayegu, you see, greet our sister Shan, we just finished talking.
Lady Charm.
You know, she always contribute positively. She said something that they need to investigate and investigate. You see, I want to tell my sister, in this matter, they say afar, fire catch afar. You know, you the ask of him beer. You understand? The first thing where the fire go catch, no be beer. Now the beer. You see, Mayegu General,
the prince.
Have any of our journalists in Nigeria asked question one day, what are the Boko Haram doing inside Nigerian armed forces, Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, Customs? What are they doing?
Have repented and they have been told never to ask that question, unfortunately.
You see, so how can the terrorists be the one that is providing security, and you will not see mistaken bombing every day?
You take a cat, pussy cat, they take a guide fried meat. You can't come the following day, they cry, say all the meats are gone. Papa, you the wine us in it. You put repentant terrorists inside the army. Come they talk, say information they leak. Papa, you the joke in it. I'm just asking a rhetorical question, Prince. Go on.
Mayego Baba, you see, this is the reason why we are ready to die to get our Biafra. We are ready. Who is ready to die to protect Nigeria? Nobody.
Papa, nobody. No lie to us.
Everybody get their own ashebi and they go shop for Mocho Brokoto. You know, they are waiting for the next party. The date will come. We are not waiting for the next party. Our own party is Biafra in this matter. My good general. Our own party is Biafra. Because in Nigeria as it is hopeless and useless.
And helpless.
Are you getting me? Hopeless and useless and irreparable president and irreparable damages of a nation. How can we move forward in this?
No, we can't. We just have to like
any progressive mind, any progressive society can never survive inside this state of terrorism, state of insecurity.
No.
Nigerian government are the one that created Boko Haram. They killed their leader, and these guys went underground. The next thing, they reinforced, came back with the bomb and AK-47. Today they are holding in Nnamdi Kanu. Tomorrow, if another group came up and say, this is, I want to take it by force, then they will not say insecurity. They are the one creating insecurity everywhere.
I mean, injustice will create insecurity anyway. So, yeah, welcome to the party.
My brother, you see, Japa will not solve this problem. As you said yesterday.
Sure? Now that we are recommending, we are now sort of prescribing Shigementin to everybody. You sure Japa no go? Okay, I'll deal with you.
No, Japa. You see why I said Japa will not solve this problem?
I thought you said Shapa. Because people they sing
I said
Japa right now.
No, I said Japa. I said Japa.
Japa will not
Nigeria.
save us. I'm with you.
I'm telling you, because what you said yesterday, you know, some people never thought of it. When you were telling us that one day,
yes,
you know, when a church full, the next place you see is overflow.
That's right.
When a country now don't full, where we say they no fit take care of their own citizens, any other extra they go shift the person.
All they need to do is just to call it something that everybody will agree is not good, and they will send you away.
Exactly. You know. So Japa is not even the solution. You know, as it is in Nigeria, you see, they think they are enjoying an Asoro. If 3 rebel group just rise up now, Nigeria is gone. Because Nigeria Army, their morale
defend them.
Their morale are down. All of them, most of them are finding their way, entering Togo, Ghana, anywhere that they can breathe a good breeze. You see, Mayegu, to know that Nigeria is a hellfire, just cross the border from Nigeria to Benin Republic or Cotonou. Cross, when you cross the border, the breeze, the kind of air that will blow you, you will know that Nigeria is a hellfire. And when immediately you cross that border, enter Nigeria again, the kind of hot breeze that will blow you. And the kind
we
of
remind you, say, welcome back to hell again. We miss you.
Hi, They say giant of Africa will have money. If you have money and you are not comfortable, the money is useless.
It is.
I'm telling you, I've gone to Cotonou, gone to Togo. They don't have money like Nigeria, but look at them. They are living a comfortable life. Their light is steady. Their electricity is steady there. Yeah, they eat good food. They drink good water. They breathe good air. Yeah, you see, it is for us. So Nnamdi Kanu, free Nnamdi Kanu, and give us a date of referendum. Could let them continue to destroy our
down the road to let everybody decide if they still want to be part of this contraption or not. Don't stop thinking for us. Stop saying that Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. Like, how could they say that?
It's
There's
madness,
nothing that is non-negotiable, Baba. This one
is madness. It's madness and Akola. Akola will cure Akola. They use Akola to cure madness. You understand? Yes, Akola. That is what they use in curing madness. I'm telling you. Baba.
Wrap up now. It's over. I mean, it's past midnight in Nigeria, I believe, right now. If you see some of them still watching, or at least that one is even fair. People in India are already in maybe around the 6 a.m. in the morning. Australians are already probably 7 a.m. in the morning. Majority of them started watching in the midnight. So, Prince, we'll give everybody
Tukano Mike. Well done, Baba. You too much. Respect.
The Prince Jejeman, one of the veterans on Mayegun's Diary Political, the Temple of Truth. And as your OG, Overseer General. Call me that. Don't say General Overseer. Overseer General. OG, MG. OGMG. That sounds kind of like your G. Anyway, thank you to every one of you who indeed, again, spent your evening with me tonight. And if you joined us midway, please, you can really watch this from the start again, okay? And if you really want to watch this again, probably on your spare time, that are going to be available as premieres tomorrow. And you can also watch the replay afterward as well. So thank you for all the support. I will see you some other time. Until then, please stay safe and take it easy. And you have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun Diary, Diary Political. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun number one. súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ Bádérò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ Bádérò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ Bádérò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ Bádérò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ Bádérò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ Bádérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ Bádérò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ Bádérò ní fi wọ́n níran.